Welcome to D6 Stories. I'm your host tonight, Josh, and this is episode 13 of Cataclysm. Episode 13. That means if somebody doesn't die tonight, we're going to be unlucky for the rest of the campaign. So that's going to be the story. So the whole goal is for one of you to die.
We've been lucky so
far. Not on me. This is on you.
You want one of us to purposefully try to die. Just clarifying tonight.
Yes. So this is what we're going to do. We're going to go around the table and introduce ourselves with your name, what you're playing, race, class. You guys are all level 6 now, so there might be some changes to your characters. So, and then also describe your physical appearance for me. Like, what do you currently look like? We know that, for example, Felric has gone through some major changes through the times, and he's looking a little fainter now, right? But who wants to start? You okay? We got Liz with Abbott.
What does Abbott look like?
Yeah, physical appearance.
So Abbott is 5 feet, 11 inches of pure beefcake.
Okay.
With tattoos, like
Okay.
blue,
glowing,
teal, glowing tattoos.
Mm-hmm.
Gorgeous. And
there's one blemish now, or is it still part of the beauty?
every mushroom is beautiful.
19 charisma.
Yeah.
Okay. Listen,
Yeah.
It's 19 charisma.
I can
beautiful.
rock-
You make it work.
I rock everything.
Yeah.
And he's got this like little mushroom cap on his head. The prettiest one you'll ever see.
Is there anything? So does that have like the blue glowing tattoos as well?
Mm.
And what's the base color of it?
The base color?
Yeah.
It'll probably end up being the same color as his skin tone.
Okay, so it's like
With the pretty like
fleshy tone
Fleshy,
with blue tattoos that glow.
Yep, blue spots.
Okay.
You have a mushroom cap on your head that has tattoos like the rest of you.
Pardon me now.
It's a
Punk rock
part of
toad.
you now.
Who wants to go second?
Oh my goodness.
Actually, no. The base color is blue.
Blue.
The tattoos are a lighter color.
Okay.
I like that more better.
Oh my god. Are you
All right, color.
are you a mushroom head too now?
Yes.
Oh my gosh!
Because of being all burnt, I basically looked like a little molten mushroom.
Like a sauteed mushroom.
I love those.
You're a little see through, right?
Well,
Yeah, a little bit more so now than previously.
Yep.
And what color is your mushroom cap?
it's gonna be the same as the rest of me, all
charred.
with little bits of
So like it's like black.
black with some orange cracks, like it's
Yeah.
molten.
Okay. And you're playing the monk.
Yes.
Still 6 levels a month.
Yes.
And then you're still playing 6 levels of cleric.
I don't know how to multi-class.
Who's next?
Yeah, okay.
Mississippi.
Yeah. I'm Emily. I play Mississippi Trail. She's a level 6 rogue, halfling. She's very, very small. And the biggest change is actually not the mushroom cap on her head.
Oh.
It's
But
actually
you still have one?
the utter traumatized expression that she wears
Okay.
all the time.
Constantly bewildered.
That mushroom cap is. I'm going. It looked like the mushroom that gave them to us.
So-
It's
so-
green.
You know this.
This-
Much like
Purple.
in real life, she had Mississippi had long, beautiful locks.
Yeah.
They're all gone.
Yeah.
It's in a
Oh
pile.
no!
It's in a pile in a floor in a cavern. What is
Was
your?
this a part of your negotiations you were talking about?
This is what we had. This is the price we paid to save him.
We drank spore soup.
Some of us are regretting it.
We drank spore soup.
Dude, you're lucky I wasn't here
And
last
this
session.
is why.
I would have convinced them all not to.
But
They didn't know what would happen.
But-
What?
this allows us to breathe in the poisonous fog.
And that's why we had to do it. There was no
And that's why
real
we do it.
negotiation there.
Yep.
It was this or that.
So you what's the color of your cap?
It looks like Yankees.
Okay.
So like green.
Green with purple spots.
Instead of purple, they're
That's why.
reddish, so the color of my hair was.
Yeah. Okay. Like an auburn.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Like the mini mushrooms.
Okay.
Oh wow.
That's
Gonna change your mini now.
Nope. Nope, I'll get it back someday.
Gideon, I'm gonna let you describe yourself. Now, you T-posed the whole time. So what happened last time is actually the little
I had that little guy.
What
Canary.
Canary was in the cage, and it had gotten out of the cage, and then you spent the whole time chasing after it in the cavern. Sure. Right? But you got it back. You have it in this bent cage. The cage is all like twisted up. I mean, just go ahead and describe what Gideon looks like.
He's right now he is he's a human. He's not terrible looking, but he's definitely no abbot. He's pretty
It's
small
only one.
guy, long black hair, and his skin is kind of stained because he's been kind of playing off. That he's an orc, and yeah. So, do I have a mushroom cap on my head then?
Did you can choose to drink
The spore soup.
the sport soup.
It was for the purposes of saving me.
Yeah,
No.
yeah, that was the whole reason.
So you don't have a mushroom cap. Okay.
We'll just say Gideon was far away when all that was happening.
Okay.
Just in case
And-
somebody needed to go get help.
Six levels of bard still. Yes? Or
Unless you want me to multi-class into barbarian or something.
No,
Any-
no, you-
Any thoughts?
no.
No,
You do
I'm
you,
good.
man.
you can be whatever
No.
you want.
Yeah, I'm just sticking with bard. I don't
Okay.
think I've ever multi-classed actually.
And then Elrindle.
Yep.
What do you look like?
Still has hair.
No?
Hair's overrated.
Yeah.
Because he doesn't have a mushroom cap thing.
Nope.
Nope.
No, because we went into the soup. We drank the soup to go into the soup fog to save him.
Mhm. He was chained up
Meanwhile,
in the-
he was just
Elegant, smug. It's
Yeah.
about how he looks.
Oh my gosh.
Okay. 6 levels of sorcerer still.
Yeah, still 6 levels of perfection.
Okay.
oh my god.
All right. So you guys led.
So to be clear, you didn't actually do it just to save him. You did it because it was like, well, we kind of die in the fog otherwise,
Yeah.
right?
Well, I mean, it was. We seriously considered leaving him.
We could have. We honestly
We could have.
just
We
been
could
like,
have
"All
let
right."
him die, and then the dwarves of the mine would have gone back in for his
But
body.
we wanted to save the mushrooms.
Okay.
Yeah. So this
So-
allowed us to talk to the
So
mushroom.
mechanically,
All right.
these
All right.
3 right here.
So you were lucky that all these other things paid out.
Yeah.
I saved all the mushrooms. And we didn't have to sacrifice slaves.
There was talk of that.
Yeah. They said
Yeah.
about 30 to 40 slaves are just going to lemmings them into the fog, and one of them would come back with my body.
So, speaking of which, mechanically,
That's
okay,
funny.
mechanically,
Basically with the trees over here.
these 3 are immune to noxious gas.
Oh, nice.
You've already tested that out. As long as you have those caps.
Not much longer.
Hopefully.
In a perfect world.
And we have this theme going on right now of this magic within the world
Transform.
transforming things. It happened to you when you ate that bug. It happened here in the caverns, and you can see the handiwork everywhere. Panthers are crazy things with tentacles.
Canaries.
Canaries are these little imp-like creatures.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, before we get into the meat of tonight's session, I do have to read something for you. So, leaving the mines was difficult for them. They braved the heat and the relative dry conditions of the surface to take their journey. They used a forest canopy as cover during the day and traveled during the cooler night. Every few hours, they took out these crystals, refined mana, and used it to revitalize their energy. They found themselves hunted by monstrous beasts that roamed the countryside. They were easy prey in this unknown world. When they reach the grotto, about a third of the numbers remain. All the while, they argued amongst themselves if the trip had been worth it. When they arrived, unannounced, on their cousin's doorstep, tensions were high, but ultimately, they were brought into the fold.
Okay. I feel horrible.
Wait, who? No, what? Huh, what?
We lost a lot.
We
of
sent him on the Oregon Trail.
Yeah.
Well, we
A
took
third of
them,
them made it.
didn't we?
No, you guys were going a separate way.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought we walked. I thought we took them to their.
It was
They made it.
a several day journey out of the way.
Yeah.
But that was to be expected. They were also the mushrooms here were a little different. Jeff, they had lesions growing on them, and they were feral. And it turns out they were starving.
Oh, okay.
So
So it was
'Cause
stay
they
and
weren't
die, or
They weren't meant to be here.
So they went to the grotto on the coast.
They needed to be somewhere
okay,
else.
okay,
Yeah.
Cool. Where are we?
you guys are currently ready to leave the mines.
So we're in the mountains
So
still.
they're still making that journey.
Okay.
We're just kind of a glimpse of what's going to happen to them, and you guys are planning on going to the tower and then heading back to Redmere.
Well,
So-
we want to have because we're gonna start heading towards where Mississippi Trails.
Yeah,
I
that's
vote-
way on the west side.
Yeah,
I vote we go to the tower and then completely ignore Redmere and go right back to Harmony.
Why would we go back to Redmere?
Exactly.
Because
To call off the genocidal robots that are
So
going
he
to go.
could get married.
But there's. So the
You-
thing is, though, the mushrooms aren't there anymore, so the robots have nowhere to. No need to go.
I'm
genocide.
talking the AT-ATs.
Where are they going?
They were going to send a legion of robots to clean the college.
yeah, clear out
Oh,
lead
that.
oil, right?
Okay. You're right.
And
Yeah, let's.
I thought that was your job to get married.
yeah, well,
Yeah,
it's gonna
got to
have
go
be
back there.
Basically, what it was is he came up with this alternate idea to go and stop what was ever happening in the mines, which was disrupting the gold mining there, which was limiting the creation of these war constructs, right? And ultimately, you guys were successful in that. The promise was not the payment was not gold, was not gems, was not crystals. It was hand in marriage.
Oh, my mistake. I thought that
And
this was just another. We got caught up in another crappy mission that we didn't want to be a part of.
well, it was
I mean, kind of.
4 out of 5.
yeah.
Genocide or not genocide.
Yeah.
So for him, this means marrying into high society and getting basically into a leadership position within Redmere. That also the guy owns the company that creates the war machines. So that's a big
That's
deal.
right. You missed both the relevant sessions on this.
Yes.
That's right.
That's
Yeah.
some bad luck.
Okay, so
Or you had good luck. I might have doomed a whole colony of things just to see you die. It would really depend on a bad roll.
So you guys are here. You're in the mines. The dwarves here, black skin, white beards with streaks of red. They're very glad that you were able to just get the things to leave. And so here you are. You're ready to go.
Oh, my goal would have been to make it seem like we still slaughtered them.
So how do you get them out of the mine without being seen?
The same way I've been getting everything else done, yell at people and clear a path. That was at least the plan. I mean, if they know that they just left, either way.
Yeah, I think they would see. They would just get.
Yeah.
You can't avert that many eyes, basically.
Yeah.
Especially with the courtyard, with how many people are in the courtyard, and they have to go through the gates.
Yeah. All right.
But that's no big deal.
Yep.
So here you are in the mines, ready to step out and leave. You guys want to discuss anything?
I was gonna say, you sound like you're building towards something. Or do we just take over?
You
So
can just take over.
I would like to gift him one of my holy symbols, and if I have any spare vestments, so that way he's not treated like a.
Did you grab those?
I had some in my pack before.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
She did also grab some from.
I'm pretty sure you grabbed some from the.
Yep.
Yeah. So you can dress
If you want
in,
them,
in
so that way you're not seen
religious
as.
robes.
I will do that. And on our trip, although the question does continue to. I mean, while we're in kind of the scary territory, I'll totally try to play the part.
Yeah, you don't have to. It's just to avert some kind
I'm
of.
gonna start scrubbing off the crap so that I don't
Yeah,
look like an orc
so I don't
anymore.
need to
Then.
keep.
That stuff fades over time.
Okay.
It's just a matter of. It's kind of like you put glue on your skin and
Okay.
it sloughs off in a couple of days. It's exactly that.
All right.
So you just need to wait. Maybe take a bath.
Well, I ain't gonna do that.
Not a terrible idea.
Yeah, you've got no need to. He can't treat you like a second class dog anymore.
That'd be great.
I only did that once.
You enjoyed it too
Once.
much. Cool.
Protection.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool. Yeah, I don't have anything. That anyone else have anything they want to do before we leave?
Yeah. Well, you're in this mining compound.
Kind of want my lizard back.
You want your lizard back. So you go and you on the way into the mines you basically have it's a carved out inside the mine a stables of sorts where they haul the lizard the gigantic lizards into. So you walk up into there and you demand your lizard.
Yep.
So moments later he comes out riding atop this gigantic lizard.
Lettuce leaf.
How long do we wait in these mines while?
So while you're there, I would like you to roll just a diplomacy for me, or persuasion.
Persuasion?
Yeah.
16?
Okay. While you're there, you're looking around and you see that there's a lot of hilts and harnesses and that kind of thing. Not hilts, bridles, harnesses and that kind of thing for them. And you see that they actually have like a full-fledged saddle that can fit probably 7 or 8 people on it. And you feel like you could demand that.
Yeah, I'll demand it.
Yeah, so
Purely to keep up appearances, they won't ride on it until we're out of sight, but...
Several orcish slaves come over, human slaves, I'm sorry, come over and fit the saddle on top of the lizard. It has basically kind of roll up ladders you can kind of kick off to the side to allow people to climb up on top of the lizard. The lizard itself is a little bit taller than an elephant, but it has a wider base because its feet
Right.
kind of.
It's like a pancake with legs.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. So you guys he comes back a little bit later. You guys are like at the mouth of the cave of the mine itself, and he's riding on top of the lizard with a saddle that would fit all of you and your gear super easily.
Well, one of you could be the chauffeur.
Why don't you go on up there, Abbott mushroom person?
Yeah, Abbott's part of the church. Abbott's not a slave.
Yep.
You're not a slave either.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
one of the dwarves comes up to you, and he sees that your cage that you're holding is completely bent, right? And he offers to go grab a new cage for you.
To take one of these with us?
He doesn't know what you're planning.
That's what I'm
Technically,
gathering.
you did check it out.
This-
You didn't buy it.
Yeah, this thing.
Are you going to return it?
I hate this thing.
Yeah.
Okay? Like, I hate this thing. So, I just.
Do you make it known that you hate this thing?
Yes.
He says, would you like a smaller cage?
a smaller cage.
Oh.
Well, I don't see any need of this. You know, he can just hang out here and be useful to you guys. I don't really see a need for him. He's not going to be helpful. And then I kind of whisper in a thing, been like, this could have been so much easier for you, dude. This could have been so much easier. This is your fault.
I'm gonna discern that this is between him and the canary.
Oh, it's all personal.
Yeah. So I was gonna say we take it and then we let it out when we get.
Oh no.
But it's all.
It can remain here. It had its chance. And,
you offered it freedom in exchange. It gave you nothing.
And it gave me nothing. I tried, even still, like kind of last minute to make it work. So
Okay.
I mean, does it say anything back?
He says, let me see his demeanor here.
Okay. Do you want you and me real quick to just tell a quick story of what happened? Like, I'll tell a piece, then you tell a piece, and I'll tell a piece, and you tell a piece, and we'll say what happened between the two of us. Does that sound like fun?
Sure.
Okay. So he gets out.
Yeah. During the blade fight.
During the boy fight,
He
right?
gets out.
He gets out. We finish taking it down. I go chase after it.
Yeah.
Okay, right? So I'm chasing after it, and he starts heading down a few tunnels. He obviously knows where he's going.
Yeah. So he then starts climbing up on the ceiling, and you lose track of him as he kind of like melds into what you believe to be one of the stalactites.
Sure. And then I, let's see. I'm just trying to see if I have any cool spells that I would use in that moment. Oh. No, I can't charm him, can I?
You vicious mockery it to death.
Yeah, so I lose track of it, and shoot, I'll just give. That's what's fun about this. I can make up something you have to figure out.
Mm-hmm.
I just start chucking rocks in random directions, hoping I can smack him. Right, just hoping I can. Like I know you're up there somewhere, you
All right.
punk.
You throw a sizable rock.
Yeah.
Right. Up and it hits a stalactite.
Yep.
And the stalactite tumbles to the ground, and then you can see him kind of do a somersault on the ground, look back at you, and he starts stirring on the ground, but he's limping.
He's limping. Okay, cool. So
He has wings, but he's not. At this point, he's not using them. Maybe you hurt him. He's obviously hurt.
okay, so so I'm gonna kind of leave this up to a roll. Okay. Because you're gonna leave it up for a roll to see what his demeanor is.
Mm-hmm.
Does it end well or bad?
So
Because I feel like I can make this either end well or bad.
basically, what he does is he goes back and starts running towards basically the dwarven encampment, and he rounds the corner, and then there's one of those big war machines there, and the war machine kicks him like a football or a
If
soccer
you're trying
ball.
a dead bird.
And you catch him, and you can, he's at this point he's knocked out.
Yeah.
You can tell one of his legs little kind of
It's kind of hanging there.
hanging there weird,
Yeah.
right? And it has a tear in one of his wings.
Oh my god.
So I feel bad for him.
I feel bad for him.
I feel bad. I'm about to take custody.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, I do. I feel bad for him. So I kind of roll my eyes and I'm like, well, if I were him, I'd done the same thing, and I heal him.
Okay. So
man.
you set his foot and you speak of
Yeah, I can magically set all that stuff correct.
Yeah, and but he's still unconscious.
Okay. So he's okay. So let's go. So can we retcon this backwards? The dwarf comes to me.
Yeah.
I'm looking at him, and he's like waking up.
Yeah.
So he wakes up, and he realizes what was broken isn't anymore.
Yeah.
What was torn is not anymore.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say to him real quick, be like, okay, now I could have let you die back there. Do you want to come with me, or do you want to go back? I'm gonna leave it up to you.
He says, "Don't put me in that big cage again."
Okay, you gonna play nice?
says I'm gonna have to.
Okay.
Oh, well, sorry. He speaks like Abbott.
Yeah.
Have to.
Have to.
I was gonna say
Have to.
He speaks like Abbott even in Abyssal?
Yes.
it's the way he says
I'll
things.
kind of mock him a little bit, like, we be friend?
He says you jerk.
Does he say it
like defeated, like you jerk.
Does he say it like that, like, or is he kind of like, okay, I'm actually warming up to you, and like,
A little bit.
all right, I'll tell him. Yeah, I'll say. So, no, I'll tell the dwarf that I still have some uses for him, or I should say, and then I kind of have to grit my teeth a little bit. I just say, or the master still has some.
Hey, you're not a
uses for
slave.
him.
You're wearing vestments.
Oh, am I wearing that now?
It's for the church.
Because I came in a slave.
You're probably not wearing them yet.
Yeah, I came in a
Okay.
slave.
Yeah.
So I got to keep playing that. So the master still has uses for him.
Yeah.
I just. and
So
then I
they
kinda-
come back. He comes back with it's a smaller cage, but it's got like a loop and a hook on the top, and he hands it to you, and he says this can hook onto your belt.
All right. All right.
And so you open up the cage, and you pry open that bent door,
Right.
right?
I
And
can put the doors together.
He kind of goes through. You can see him debate when he's like going through the middle, but then he looks up to you and he looks down and he sees like one of those mechanical beasts, and he's like, nope,
Nope.
get right into the other
Come
one,
on, buddy.
and then you can hook him onto your belt.
Man, this is so not the familiar I wanted. But I might just have him now. I got a pet canary now. No, I'm kidding. This is great. I'm gonna freaking familiar out all this. This would be great. Especially if he's like a sarcastic one that I have to like constantly argue with. Okay.
Are you gonna help me? I don't know what's in it for me.
Come on, butthole. I already
I was
saved
trying to
you
figure out
once.
the difference. This thing's sentient. I'm trying to figure out the difference between this and the slavery you're against.
Right? No.
Okay.
A lot of moral questions being brought up.
You two did something before we leave here. Does anybody else here of the other three? You guys are just kind of
I want to
ready to
leave.
leave. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, Mitch, to get out.
Get the heck out of here!
Okay. So you guys.
So how did you guys describe? Okay, the guards usually say this is a part of the plan. When you come out with mushroom heads, that's how we're.
Basically, we're rolling along with their thought that we're bloodthirsty and wearing the heads of our victims.
Yeah, that's in fact that's what they said.
Wow. Yeah.
Their words exactly were.
That's hardcore.
They
Dude, that's hardcore.
killed the mushroom people, and then they wore their skin, and now they have one.
After feasting
We
on
had
their
one
flesh.
that was live, the one that turned us this way, and then they're gonna, and now they've taken one as like a treasure or trophy or something.
Okay, cool.
So I think that's about what it was, right?
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
It was intense. Okay, so here you guys all climb up on this gigantic monitor lizard, right?
Yep.
And then proceed to leave. Who's got the pickaxe? Did you want to pick?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
That's what I asked earlier. How long we were in here while we waited for the mushroom people to leave?
You could potentially have done that.
Do we have like a long rest?
We can say you've done that. And it, you haven't taken a long rest here, but
But I'm attuned.
you're attuned at this point.
So basically, what happens in any downtime we have while we're in this cave, Abbott's picking at the walls. Like he's got this like pickaxe, and he's like
Do you have it with you?
Yeah.
The card.
Oh, I think it's in my bag.
Okay, you should just show him later
Yeah.
because it's got magical properties to it. All right, so you guys then proceed to leave the compound,
Are we still in
right.
the mountains?
riding on top of the monitor lizard, and you guys are going to.
Directly to the tower.
Oh my god,
Right.
that's a gimme.
Yep. I rolled the mountains, guys. I rolled the mountains.
Good job.
And it'll take us like a full day or a full 2
2
days.
days.
Yeah, so we're gonna see both sun and moon, right?
Awesome.
Day and night.
Yeah,
Twice?
it is that would be the day-night cycle.
Yeah.
Do we
And it
come
is
across a
getting to
parallel
be late,
universe?
Yeah.
so I would count that as well.
Cool.
Okay.
I have one, but it is a mighty stretch.
I don't-
It's a huge
That's
stretch.
a treasure hunt.
Oh
We
yeah.
go.
Okay.
It's under D4s, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes. There. Yeah.
Okay. So, you get far enough away, and then, well, do you guys want to take a long rest here now within the compound?
It's probably safer.
Yeah, it is safer.
We start leading, like we make this big to do that we're leaving, and then we're like,
No.
wait, it sucks out there.
Yeah.
It's safer in here.
All right. They do offer you quarters, right? For you guys, well, for you get some sort of executive suite. Right?
I'm just gonna assume I took the master's suite because I yelled at him
For you
repeatedly.
two, it's the slave quarters with just basically like four bed tall bunk beds.
I take the top one.
Right. And then you would get that as well.
Yep, I would.
And then you get to sleep in the barracks with the dwarves, but they kind of have like curtained off beds. They're in this big massive room together, but they do get a little bit of privacy.
So no one to snuggle with?
I mean, did you want to snuggle with somebody?
Do you want to take the imp?
You want to snuggle with the canary?
The canary?
Yeah, sure, I'll snuggle with the canary.
Okay.
You know, Gideon's going to get to know him a little bit.
So no
better.
random
We're
encounter
gonna-
rolls tonight. No worrying about any of that.
What does this little thing eat?
Rocks.
Bugs.
Yeah. What
Crabs.
else would he eat? Seeds, obviously.
And what are seeds in this world? Are they
Does it eat-
squishy, big, giant beetles?
Does it-
Like,
Does it eat pizza?
Quesadillas.
No, so you ask one of the dwarves that, what does this thing eat?
I just ask him.
Or ask him.
Yeah, what does he
and
like to eat?
He says, grains, seeds. He's a canary after all.
Like a bird.
Occasional bug would be okay.
Okay.
Worms.
worms.
Well, then I'll go get some. I'll go get some from the lady.
Well, considering we're in the slave quarters, chances are you could probably just like reach down to the ground and like grab a couple bugs.
There's probably a
Worms.
beetle in your bed.
I roll to catch the bed bugs in my bed.
I don't think
miss.
there's a roll. I think you just can scoop them.
Oh god, I'm thinking of a cartoon. I can't even. I only like halfway picture of it where you let him out and he's like going after the bug and the bug's like constantly getting out of his.
Oh,
Like a Tom
yeah.
and Jerry or something.
Based on the roll I just had,
Yeah.
that's exactly what happens.
It could be Tom and Jerry. I'm thinking of.
I think so.
It's one of like a kitten, right?
Yeah. So all right.
I'll just go get food from the place. They gotta feed them.
Yeah.
So
Okay. So you guys get your long rest in.
woohoo.
And you head off in the morning. So we're gonna roll for random encounter the next day while you are traveling. Also of note, when you wake up, you three with the mushroom caps are still there, but you feel it, and it's like it feels a little
Your
Dry.
hair.
loose. You think maybe you could?
I do that.
Okay.
Ow. Does it
I'm
hurt?
doing that.
Okay.
So do they like feel it when they put their hands on it? They're like,
Yeah.
I have nerve endings.
Yes.
So basically what you're saying is
Does
it's
it-
kind of like
Does it come off, or is it gonna be like?
Ow.
You're peeling a
You
scab.
get up, like it moves up like an inch, and then you start feeling pain.
And okay,
So it's like-
it's like a
it's
scab.
peeling,
It's peeling,
yeah.
like a scab peels from the outside.
I was gonna say like a tattoo or a sunburn or something.
Okay.
Mm.
Need to dry this out more.
So you
Oh,
begin
nice.
traveling
Couple
through the
days, we got
mountains the next day.
That's real nice.
on it.
That
Just-
that can
just-
be incredibly useful. Good grief.
I want it off. I would rather
That's
be
mold
bald.
earth.
At least I can wear my
That's the
hat
mold earth
again.
cantrip. Right?
Kind of.
5 foot by 5 foot?
One part of it.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Right. Random encounter.
Did I ever get a name from this little fella?
Yeah, wasn't it like something with a? It was a or something like that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
It was like a collection of
More
sounds.
noise than name.
So
Yeah.
that's
Did I
really difficult.
try to
So
write it?
you could give it a
Okay, I'll come up with a name.
nickname.
I did not. Flutzel, and then there was a gesture. It was
Oh
like,
yeah.
Yeah.
Flutzel.
Flutzel.
Thank you for
Flutzel.
writing that stuff down.
Yeah.
Because that's better.
It's
I
been
like that.
it's been a month since we. No,
3 weeks.
3 weeks.
3 weeks. Almost a month.
Flutzel?
Like Flutzel.
Flutzel.
All right.
All right. That's great. I should write that down in my notes since I actually have that feature. Allies. We'll see.
Would you call it? Would you call it an ally or a pet?
You guys are riding atop this monitor lizard, okay, and you are going through the mountains, and at a certain point, you kind of no longer follow the minecart tracks that lead towards Redmere because you're veering off a little bit more southwest to make your way to Elrindil's tower. He states that there's a lot of really good reasons to go there.
Yeah.
But mostly maybe he's a little homesick. But
Aren't we all?
yeah, you can't blame him, right? And this is his place that he completely owns, and you're close to it, so it does make sense to stop.
I'll find a way to blame him.
Please.
Anyways, as
Don't
we're
work that
going
hard.
along,
Hard part's getting me to accept blame.
That's true. It's true.
you guys hear a crash, and coming from kind of like a valley to your left, in between the two large mountains. And when I say a crash, it's like a big rumble. You can feel the earth shake through the monitor lizard that you're riding.
Good grief.
And a kind of a huge bang, then maybe a little bit of smaller bangs here and there afterwards, like immediately afterwards. And you can hear that kind of coming off from the left in this valley. You're kind of already heading in that direction. What do you guys want to do? And who's riding? Who's taking the reins on this monitor lizard?
I think you were driving it, weren't you? Do you know how?
Does anybody
No.
here have animal?
I mean, I can take a stab at it.
I'm decent. Well, I was the one that there was another point where we were doing. I think I stopped it.
Yeah, you managed to stop it.
Yeah.
Stopping is easy.
Yeah.
I'll try it.
Okay.
And I probably don't do very good. Probably just managed to make it mad.
Okay. Well, are you proficient in animal handling?
I'm not, no.
No. Is anybody here proficient?
I have the half proficiency thing. So
Yeah.
that's
Nope.
Okay,
I have
so-
a pretty good wisdom, but I am not proficient in
I
animal
didn't
handling.
totally botch it, but we got a 6.
Did totally botch it.
totally botches
I got
5
a-
below. 5 below is totally botched. This
Yeah.
is just botched.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like if this was a montage, it's falling off the monitor lizard a couple times versus getting trampled by it.
So the monitor lizard, you stop. Like when the crash goes on, it kind of yanks the reins out of it. It's got the bit in its mouth, and it kind of yanks it off to the left, and the reins kind of go off in that direction,
They pull me off.
and then it starts to walk like it does off
Aimlessly.
off to the wall.
It doesn't want to go
It
towards
doesn't want to go towards the rumble.
Okay, let's let it not go
But
towards the rumble.
your reins are now.
We have no control over the
Dragging
lizard.
off the
This is
side.
not a good thing.
What's its walking speed?
You said it was almost the same as ours.
Yeah, it's not very fast, so it's like 30 feet.
So it gets
even
spun
though
in
it's
act.
huge, it
Can
doesn't
I-
walk very fast.
Can
So
I
we could-
try to climb up the neck and grab the reins?
Yeah,
yank it to a stop.
acrobatics for balance.
Acrobatics?
Like, if it comes down to it, we can jump down.
It's all
Gideon's-
about the balance.
Get it.
Gideon's
Hold of it.
just gonna jump off and watch.
7.
Serious.
We're doing good
Like,
today.
as she's going that way, because I said it before I knew what she rolled. I was saying Gideon's sliding off.
Yeah. I fall off of its neck.
and you take 3 falling damage.
Okay.
Oh, jeez.
I'm just getting off and like, good luck, guys.
Yeah, you kick off one of the rope ladders and then you crawl down and like it's so slow.
Yeah.
That like you get down to the ground.
Do you want me just to run up and grab the reins,
That's what I was
guys?
gonna say. That's what I was gonna say.
One go.
dash.
I'll go run up and grab the
Did-
reins then.
Did my fall dislodge the cap a little more?
Oh.
You know, we're probably gonna be bald at that point.
I'm
Yeah.
gonna pop the cap off.
Did it pop the cap off?
You're gonna have
Please
like
say
this
yes.
big.
I roll the chances
You're gonna have to
Okay.
have like a real scab.
on your cap
Yep.
like being removed,
Yep.
and I rolled this number.
Yep.
Oh
Well, does that
So-
mean good or bad?
It means the cap's gone.
In a real good way.
I don't know.
And suddenly it pulls
lizard
air
might
out
be
with it,
eating
and you
it.
have all your
take
locks back.
15 points of damage.
Cheapers creepers.
Yeah, I was gonna
But
say,
the
it probably
cap
took
is
your brain
off.
out. too.
But the cap completely pops off, and you can see that she's got this like weird kind of scalp that's mostly just exposed flesh. And it's like oozing.
I stand up, brush myself off, take my pack around, reach and pull out my hat.
Your hat probably hurts.
I want to. So, like, I'm gonna, as you're doing it, I'll be like,
Do you want to fix it?
I'm gonna go try to slow
Yeah.
down the lizard.
Yeah, you walk up to it. And grab the reins.
I don't have to roll for it.
No,
Please.
fine.
you attach
It's a
hat
domesticated
to
beast,
scalp that
and
way.
it's now your domesticated beast. So, yeah, no problem.
Whoa.
So I want to
Cherry.
go over and see if I can help with that.
So
Mine
you're no
waiting
longer-
for mine to
you're
come
no
up on
longer
its own.
immune to
I'm okay with that.
poisonous gases.
I'm
I'm also
officially
no
named
longer
the
a
lizard,
mushroom
by the
head.
way.
So I would like to do some cure wounds or something, whatever.
On her before she puts her hat on.
Yes, I would like the second she picks
if
up the
Abbott
hat.
says
she's
something,
like,
I'll stop.
she's
I'll
like
stop
this, and I'm like,
Quickly, please.
So I'll
I feel
go over and do
exposed.
some-
Yeah.
If we cooked the mushroom cap, would it be considered cannibalism?
That depends if Mississippi acknowledges it as part of herself.
1d, we'll do healing word.
Could
as
I
a
feed it to my
second
new
level.
pet?
Are we talking about the lizard or are we talking about the...
Whoever's interested in it. I'm
First
just.
off, the lizard ate yesterday
Yeah, so he's probably
or 2
fine.
days ago.
Yeah, it's probably
And
good.
it's good for a while.
How much?
I'm actually having this philosophical discussion while they're healing. I'm just gonna
She gave
throw
me
that
8
out
points.
there.
Is it safe
So-
to cook?
So you're not just,
It's-
as soon as you
it's
see the
tender,
cap fly
it's-
off, are you gonna eat that?
I put it on
No.
loosely.
Do I have?
I don't shove it on very
So
hard. It's
we're
just-
still in rocky terrain right now, aren't we?
Yeah.
So I'll say like, leave it alone for now, and we'll manage some sort of salve or something
Okay.
to put on there.
Now, do you
Do we
guys
still technically have
try to do
Oh, yeah, we
avoid
have-
the sound?
We have banging going on.
Yeah, I want to go investigate.
Yeah.
Who's banging who?
Investigate Rumble.
Yeah.
Thank you, Liz.
I didn't say
I
I didn't hear that.
meanwhile
You're not it.
Meanwhile, okay, I will sing you a little diddly about soft steps and so
Flanders?
bardic inspiration.
Oh, thank
He's
you.
trying to diddle you.
I thought it was just turning into Flanders.
Is it a D8?
Diddly diddly oh, neighbor.
Is it an 8?
Yes, it is a D8.
Cool.
So I'm gonna let you have that just in case you feel like you need it. And then meanwhile, I am going to try to engage discussion about if this mushroom cap that fell off her head, if we consumed it, would
So-
it be cannibalism?
I would like to
Go
see
ahead.
what's going on with that banging sound.
So you're
Yeah.
you're a little bit of a ways from the noise,
Mhm.
so you feel like you would have to go in that direction, and I don't know, for maybe a half a mile before you would come upon it. It's loud and
Oh, it's not that close?
Not that close.
Well, then I wouldn't have. If she's not immediately going into stealth mode, I'm not singing a song for her.
Well, no, I was just gonna go.
Not yet. Oh, we'll all
So-
go together.
Okay.
You're not going a half a mile away from us. We've learned this, right? If you're going a half a mile away, we're all going a half a mile away. I'm not
I
asking.
see yelling. Why are you yelling at her when I'm the one that said that I want to go?
Yeah, you can go.
Oh no, I said I wanted to go too.
Well, we-
I'm just saying,
Yeah, we're going-
she made a
we're going.
face, and I said, "Well, I'm not going to inspire her yet." Then she's like, "Well, come on." I'm like, "Well, it's not going to be useful. But it's going to take a little while to walk
All
that
right,
way."
so we head towards the noise with the lizard.
Yeah.
Okay. Pretty much
So-
as far as we can, and
so
then
you heard it once,
Yeah.
right? And then there was a rumble, and the whole earth shook,
Mhm.
and then it was kind of a break. You dealt with all this stuff. You kind of got back up on the monitor lizard, started heading back in that,
Come on,
that direction
Sherry.
of the noise.
I'm taking.
You're
the
getting
reins now.
you're getting closer. You're like 5 minutes. Like 5 minutes of travel in that direction, and then it's louder and closer, and you can hear a subsequent kind of crashing noises, and then you can hear like a shout, really deep voice in glee.
Woohoo!
Yeah, something like that.
is the deep voice saying words?
No, like an exclaim.
Okay.
You know.
Okay, now I'll give it to you.
Okay.
Go. You're gonna go find out what's
I'm
going on.
gonna go be sneaky. I'm
You're
gonna go find out what's going on.
You're gonna go rogue the situation.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you're
I'm
gonna
attempt
use a rocky terrain to kind of get up. There's a lot of small kind of like rock outcroppings here you can hide behind. So go ahead and give me a stealth.
Cool. All right. That is a number.
Remember, you can choose to use it.
I
Whatever.
think I'm all right for right now.
Yeah.
I have a 24.
Yeah, you don't need it.
So as you get kind of round the corner of this mountain, you see the top of this large head that's standing probably about 20 feet up. And it's got greasy black hair, and you're kind of looking at the back of it. And you think the head is probably the size, probably like 5 feet in diameter.
Okay.
But you're seeing this kind of greasy back hair.
5 foot tall head.
Head. But it's like she's seeing that the head, there's a mountain that's kind of like or the hill or whatever. So that's peeking out from the other side. It's the first thing she sees as she's kind of rounding.
So something giant.
Something obviously attached to it, yes.
Something
Okay.
giant.
Okay.
So you get a little closer, and then you hear another crash. It's immediately right there. The whole mountainside kind of shakes, and you see little pebbles kind of rolling down from the vibrations. And then you can see a green hand go up, and he, as a kind of another exclaim, he goes, and it's like he's got this kind of goes like 30 feet in the air, this hand, and it's got kind of green with like black fingernails that are like 2 feet in length.
How similarly does this body part resemble the seer?
So far pretty similar.
Okay.
Like
Because we did also see not trolls sometime along since we've left Harmony.
Yeah, we summoned Redmere, didn't we?
Yeah, I think so. It was not a troll, but
yeah. So as you're kind of rounding the corner, you kind of get a whole picture of this guy wearing like a tunic made of like skins, like furs and whatnot. Kind of stitched together. You can see like whole basically animal skins kind of stitched.
okay.
So you're like obviously the legs kind of go up this way and then
Okay.
whatnot.
Yeah.
You're looking at the backside of him, but then you can
Gross.
you can see that he walks kind of forward, and you can feel the ground kind of tremble as he does. And he goes over, and you can see that he's picking up these long rocks and standing them on end. And then he picks up this boulder, and he turns around, and he walks like
He's bowling, guys.
he walks like 150 feet, and he turns around, he takes a rock, and he goes with one hand.
Yep.
And rolls it towards the.
Is it a stretch?
And then you hear a loud crash as it crashes into the other rocks as the whole mountainside seems to shake. And then he's like, "Ah!" as he's he's visibly disappointed.
Is he using words,
When-
or is it pretty much only just mouth noises?
Kind of. That was like odd, like.
Yeah, like a sound of
Disappointing
disappointment.
word.
Yeah, he hasn't used any words though.
If I were to describe him, he's like a 20-foot tall, very beefy troll.
Okay.
But trolls didn't exist before,
Yeah.
so to you as
Yeah.
a player, you have no idea what this is.
Okay.
Does she know what bowling is?
Let's find out if I know what. Yes, I know what bowling is.
Yeah, she took the.
I was on the bowling team.
That was
Oh,
one
yeah.
of her electives.
Extracurricular.
Yeah.
Yeah, so she, it's the.
I was
that
on the Glen
that
Bueno
was her-
bowling team. We
that
were
was her gym credit.
champions.
Yeah, there you go.
That's why the other college never took you seriously. Sorry, that was too easy.
That was some low-hanging
you are
fruit.
similar. You know the
That really
sport. You know
was.
that bowling. It's not very popular. It is a thing.
Yeah, it's a thing.
But it's one of those things.
It's
where-
something kids probably play.
Yeah. There's not like bowling alleys.
Yeah.
Right. That's not a thing. But people will set up pins in
Yeah.
a street and
Yeah.
and huck balls at it, and it's usually played by
Something to pass the time.
Yeah,
usually
poor
played
people,
by
kids.
10-year-old kids and stuff. So.
Poor 10-year-olds. Okay, yeah. So I'm gonna sneak back the way I came.
Yeah.
Like there is a very large green man throwing a ball at some rocks.
A boulder.
A boulder. A round boulder at some vertical boulders. It's basically bowling.
Okay.
We can carry on, I
Do
think.
we want to?
He didn't notice you.
I don't think these guys noticed me until I opened my mouth when I came back.
Oh, hi, Mississippi.
It's like that like meme from The Office.
Oh.
Where Dwight's standing there, and then suddenly Angie or whoever her name is, she's just right down here, and he's like, "What the?"
Well, did he look like he could kill us?
Probably.
They look
I
like-
vote we leave.
Did he look like he would want to kill us?
He looked like he was enjoying his game. He wasn't very good at it, but he seemed like he was enjoying it.
What does the master want? I'm kidding. I don't give a crap. Let's get out of here.
All right, you're ignoring the giant man.
Yes. No
He
bowling
did
side
have
quest.
a large resemblance to the seer. He was just larger.
Okay.
A big long nose, kind of black warts all over the place. Okay.
Do you want to go back and make out with him?
Once was enough.
Do you want to go back and make out with him? Maybe this will go away. Or you could do what I did and just be a clumsy idiot.
Nosedive off the lizard.
All right. We're gonna skip forward to the tower. You guys slept once. I rolled a random encounter for that. Nothing seems to happen. It is
Be quiet.
next day.
It's gonna bother me tonight as I'm going to bed. What would have happened
So you can
if we would have gone and
Mississippi,
talked to the
work on
big
getting
guy?
some hit points back because you don't rest to full when you sleep.
Yeah.
But you'll get some hit dice back that you could potentially roll. So,
Hey, for the record, though, like, oh, I don't want to meta. Are we gonna take any small breaks? I mean, because we got to eat, right?
yeah, you take plenty of small breaks.
Because here's the thing: I got this Song of Rest thing that every time we take a small break,
Yeah.
you can get some free healing.
Well,
So
you
you don't-
have to spend hit dice.
That's fine, but you don't have to
Yeah.
use as many.
Right.
So
I'm-
just tell me if you want.
I
it.
will. I'm fine for now.
Okay.
Yeah. Since
So-
there was no encounter.
I'm just
Well,
reminding the whole party this is.
Mhm.
Let's use
So
it.
your
Remi-
tower is
Speaking of reminding the party, if you roll in that one,
Yeah, and we're how close to you?
30 feet.
30 feet.
So your tower is nestled just inside the hills that border this mountain area. So basically, it's the eastern side. It's like it starts getting hilly. There's your tower, and then the hills and mountains, and then just to the west of it is the plain. So like from the tower, if you were standing on top of it, you can see the plains and the beginning of the mountains and the hills.
Okay.
You kind of get yourself closer to the tower, and you can see it kind of peeking out over the hills because you're coming from the hilly side. And the first thing you notice is there's been a lot of changes to the tower itself. It is where it should be, however, that you notice.
It didn't move.
Yeah, it didn't move.
It doesn't appear to be alive.
It's not in ruins or anything, but there's been additions to it. Where the top of the tower used to be, where you could go and take the stairs up to stand on top of your tower and look over the landscape. There's now a globe that looks to be made out of layered sheets of metal, and you also see the tips of looks to be metal spikes kind of pointing up just over the hill that kind of is positioned a little bit away from the towers. Those were not your additions. Those happened after the fact.
So wait, so there's the metal ball at the top of the tower.
Yep.
And
then
then
away
there's
from
spikes?
away from the tower, there you can see the tips of spikes peeking over the hill. So that
Like
means that they're quite tall.
curving towards the tower?
Or just straight up.
Or just straight up?
Kind of angled out.
It's now a lame trident.
Yeah.
Because what's the point of a trident if it's got a circle on top?
I'm just assuming this thing turned into a Tesla
On
coil.
top of the globe, there's a rim of it, and there's spikes that are coming out the top of the globe as well.
I don't like this place already.
You haven't liked anywhere we've been.
That is accurate.
Yep. The whole place.
So who has Arcana? Arcane. Do you have Arcana? Anybody else is trained in Arcana?
Again, half.
Nope.
Okay, so you see some whiffs in the air,
Okay.
right? And you all kind of see the whiffs in the air, but you can see that that is, well, you recognize that quite a bit. Last time you imbibed,
Yep.
you saw a lot of this, but it's like the mana flowing through the air, and then they kind of go and they coalesce into those spikes. And every once in a while, every minute or two, you can see that the mana or whatnot around the top kind of starts to swirl up and then strikes the tips of those spikes that are set away from the tower, kind of away, and with a loud bang. And
I hate this.
And you can see you can see the mana in the air, which is not something you're not able to do without the aid of magic.
Yeah.
But even you mundanes, you can see the mana.
What was the level of technology pre-bang? Do we have minor electricity?
No.
Okay.
Well, I think it's clear what we got to do, guys. We're gonna have to bring it down.
I would say sorry.
Gonna have to destroy the whole thing, right? And is that our new plan?
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Kill it.
What's evil about this?
So you guys, you guys do get closer, and you come around the hill that's kind of blocking view, and you can see that here's this tower, stone tower, no windows or anything. Resembles exactly how you remember it. You know the door's on the opposite side because the door is facing the plains because that's where the path is that kind of leads up to the road that leads to Redmere. And there are 4 like metal spikes kind of protruding on the ground about 50 feet away from the tower in 4 directions, and like basically making 4 corners of the building that do this kind of the mana kind of coming down to it, and then it's striking it every once in a while, every few minutes.
Can he? I don't know.
You all can see the mana.
Okay. Can we
But
see that? Like,
he
so it hits
he's
this.
like he knows that that's what that
Okay.
is.
Yeah.
So it hits the spikes. Do we see it travel down the spikes?
it travels down the spikes. Absolutely.
Are there cables or wires or conduits?
The spikes go into the ground, so you.
Don't we see where it goes?
Okay.
Yeah.
So it's not like it travels along the ground anywhere. It's just it goes in.
But we can watch it go collected from the air and head down these spikes.
Around the bottom of, or around the base of the tower,
where it once was lush with greenery and whatnot, it is barren and rocky, and you can see scorch marks and what as well. And it looks like actually within that 50-foot radius, you can see a lot of ash. And the wind, like when the wind kind of blows it up, you can see the ash kind of like move, kind of get blown.
Yeah.
In between these hills, around the tower. You know, on the opposite side is where the
door.
The door is.
Well,
Do we see anyone around?
No. Make a perception.
19.
Okay. So here's the tower, right? This Mountain Dew thing.
Okay.
This dice is where you are.
Okay.
On the opposite side, next to one of those spikes, you see a dead orc or human. Sorry, human.
Sure. Okay, I'll point it out to everyone else. Like,
A body. It doesn't look.
It's next to one of the
doesn't look-
spikes.
Is that like 50 feet away from us? What's the distance between us and the body?
You haven't entered the radius of the tower yet.
Okay, but the spikes are
So,
50 feet away
The
from
spikes
the
are
tower.
50 feet away from the tower.
Okay.
The tower itself has like a.
So you said there's a lot of ash. Is there like a lot of like rocks and boulders in the area? Is there shrubbery?
There's not a whole lot of no, all shrubbery.
Okay, all foliage is
It's all
now
pretty
ash.
barren.
Yeah.
Rocks, boulders, stuff to hide behind.
I'll just say, guys.
The tower itself is 60 feet in diameter, about-ish.
Okay.
And so 50 feet away from that, and you guys are probably another 100 feet out before you.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll tell him, I have a feeling you'll get the best high you've ever had if you go touch one of those spikes.
I know there were crystals in that tower.
Yeah.
I can get the good stuff, not the contact high.
I'm just saying, it's probably, you should go try it. Because I'm the only one that saw,
you guys are still on the.
I'm the
bottom.
only one that saw the dead body, right?
Yeah.
Do you
Okay,
Yes,
tell
it's
us about
it's
it?
it's a bit of ways.
Yeah. So I'm like, you should go with all your magical prowess. You should go touch that.
And there is a road leading to the tower from the other direction.
From the other direction. Yeah.
I'd rather go inside.
Outside the radius of the spikes, how much
Don't
does
meta it,
the
Nate. You don't know.
destruction?
No,
I used my last ration last
Only 10
night.
feet?
Yeah.
And then it's forest?
I need to
Yeah.
restock
No,
on
I
I mean,
rations.
this
Hills
isn't
and
bad out for you.
grassland.
You're about to have a
Grassland.
really
Grass
bad
is
time.
taller than
Yeah.
me?
The grass is. Yeah.
Cool, okay. I could sneak through the grass around the road. For no reason other than doing so.
Okay. Go find more bowlers.
So your plan is just go sneak around?
I kind of want to get another vantage point. Like, my goal is to kind of like, it's going to take me several minutes, but to stay in the grass and sneak all the way around the entire perimeter. See if I can't see anything.
Does this count as a rogue sneaking?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Jeff, you gonna inspire me?
Did you already roll?
Sure.
No,
Okay.
no, I just
Yeah.
checked the dice.
If you're not if you haven't left yet. Sorry, I was looking at something else.
Taking the tower away.
And the tower
That's dumb.
disappears.
Yeah.
It's Kroll. The
Um.
tower moves every day.
Yeah.
at dawn.
She just stand there looking at me.
Nobody.
And I'm like,
nobody understands that. Right?
What?
What's the record?
Aren't you
What
gonna
is
wish
it?
me luck?
Oh. Yeah. Sorry. Sorry.
All right. So you're, go ahead and roll your stealth.
Natural 20 for 29.
See how good she's. I'll elbow this guy over here and be like, "You see how
The
good
only
she
things
is
that
at
could
that?"
see you, which are the bugs that are in the grass, don't see you.
Incredible. Okay.
And you make your way over to the other side.
Yeah.
And you see that just about 10 feet away from one of those, on the edge of the radius of that, one of those spikes where the grass has completely been burned away and whatnot, is a body of an orc. It's got a
Human.
human. Sorry, it's got a kind of a big gash taken out of its stomach. You can see that there's pieces of equipment laying on the ground next to it. Looks like ropes and pieces of metal.
Dropped its loot.
Yeah.
It sparkles a little bit, so it draws your attention. You know it's something you can pick up.
Does
Diablo.
and I don't know what I can see from this distance.
And then you can also see there's a kind of stairs going up to a set of double doors that go into the tower itself. It's kind of wood, iron-bounded doors with brass handles, I think.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Can I tell from this distance if that gash in its stomach was like the cause of its death, or if that was done like by an animal?
You have to get closer and take a look, and then roll medicine.
Yeah, not my forte. All
Am I
right.
even good at medicine?
You're not.
I
you
wonder
don't
about
even
that
know about
sometimes.
it yet.
I know, but I
You guys
just
are still on the monitor lizard on the other side.
I just wasn't sure if that was one of those
I'm
skills
not
that I
on the
took or not.
monitor.
You took out. You're off the monitor.
Whenever we
Yeah.
stop, I
Get off.
tend not to stay too close to
I will continue around
Yeah.
the entire
Elrondale.
perimeter back.
too often.
Okay. So yeah, after a few moments, you're back with
No other people
there's
visible
no-
around the other side. No other
Nothing.
corpses. Only the
no
one.
other corpses, only the one corpse.
When she gets back in, oh no, never mind. She's stealthing. We can't
Boo.
see her.
Well, she's back.
Yeah, never mind.
Peekaboo.
I was gonna whisper something to her
Just
before
because
she got
she's
back.
stealthing doesn't mean you can't see her. By the way, because she can be visible to you, but trying to stealth against other things. So
Perspective.
it's all about perspective. Like if she's stealthing here and using this as a barrier, whoever's on that side can see her, no problem. No matter what she rolls. She rolls a natural 20 with a plus 20 modifier, you can still see her.
She doesn't just vanish,
She doesn't just vanish.
I don't turn invisible.
which would be really cool.
So it's like to you guys, you can probably see the tops of the grass moving from where I'm.
Until you know she's
Yeah.
out of sight, you lose, and then eventually she pops up on the other side.
Okay.
So, yeah.
That's good to know.
Yeah.
All right.
So hey, there's a dead body, but there's no other people that I can see.
Did you go inside?
No.
Just go right in.
Get
Pretty
back
sure
up there.
If I went inside, I wouldn't be here right now.
Why?
Speaking to you.
Oh, okay. I just maybe you're pretty good at that. I just thought maybe you were fast. I don't know. Well, go on and get your crap. Let's go.
All right. I'll start walking to the tower.
Let's go get your crap, man.
Do you go around or do you go through the ash?
I'd go around until I got to the other side of the tower and then just walk straight to the door
Okay, walk along the
along
road.
the path. Yeah.
Nate, can I just add, while I'm thinking of it, can I just say, as we are traveling, what I'm going to be doing is trying out different kinds of food that this guy likes.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to try to figure out the stuff that he really likes, the stuff that kind of makes him tick.
Oh,
No,
like,
I don't care about that. My new friend that's hanging on my hip.
oh,
Every time you see a new grass next to you, you're just gonna reach down and grab seeds and crap off the
Yeah,
ground.
I want to see what's good. I'm going to
How about
ask
this
him,
one?
like, you ever
How about
had
this
this
one?
before?
How about this one?
I'm also every so often Fletzel, that's his name. I'm going to try to, like, I'll sing him little songs or whatever in the language he understands, and they're going to be just crude, kind of like slapstick, violent, and just trying to figure out what his sense of humor is. I'm just trying to woo the guy over, right? If he's going to be with
just roll an insight.
Okay. Did you see that? It almost, anyways.
It was almost a 20.
No, it was almost terrible, but it stayed on something
It's almost
good.
a 1.
22.
Well, first off, you find out that he really likes earthy foods.
Okay.
So, like,
mushrooms.
Worms.
Yeah, worm.
Okay.
Yeah. Earth
You can feed him my head.
We still haven't figured out whether or not that's okay.
Do
or
you
not.
just pick that up and
Tubers.
take it?
Like you really
I
like
didn't.
tubers.
Okay.
Like
I couldn't care less.
See, like truffles.
hadn't found any troubles yet, but
They're harder to find, but yeah.
yeah, he really likes like tubers. That's like his go-to.
Cool.
And then as for he has a really dark sense of humor.
Okay, that's okay. I can do that. I have those songs.
Right.
Yeah, absolutely. My again, especially with the background I came from,
And
I can curl people's toenails with some of the
he likes
things
to
that
make
I've learned.
snide remarks, like when she was stealthing off.
he's an idiot,
And he says,
She's gonna die.
yeah, looks like we found our next lightning rod.
Right. All right, cool.
That kind of thing, you know.
Cool.
Yeah. So, you
And
get
then
on the
he
other
was
side.
wrong.
The first thing
You guys consistently hear me talking back and forth to him and us kind of snickering at each other then. I mean, be like, okay,
In a
go get
language
your
we
crap.
don't understand.
Yeah.
and the language that they're speaking, by the way,
Yeah.
just sounds evil.
Yeah, it's like,
Like sinister,
yeah, it's
Yeah.
nasty.
like
Yeah.
parcel tongue.
Yeah, exactly. So when you get to the other side, you notice that those doors were the same doors you left on this place, but the handles are new.
Okay.
You had iron pull rings on it before, but now it's they're made out of brass. And that's completely different. So you walk up to the tower. Do the rest of you kind of walk up with him then, or?
Oh, I'm...
Is there something we can hitch the?
And as you're doing that, by the way, you kind of walk not too far away from the corpse. You can kind of see, and you can kind of make out the
And
things that are
I'll
on the ground.
point out a couple
You can
of things.
see that there is a rope and a grappling hook next to it. The grappling hook is twisted and bent. There's a backpack that's been torn open and looks to be now empty. The corpse has a sword at its belt, but it's now broken off inside the scabbard. And it has a huge gash taken out of its torso. And when you guys get, you can roll a.
I'm gonna ask Abbott, does that look like it happened before or after he died?
Roll a medicine. What do you get?
Probably figure out what his last meal was. 20.
Okay, so that wound is what killed him,
Mm-hmm.
right? It looks like he has gotten singed a little bit from the tower or whatnot, but also the way the wound is, it reminds you exactly of the two orcs you ran across on the road, the two humans that ran across on the road a couple of days ago when you were heading towards Redmere.
Prairie birds.
And so it looks like it's a prairie bird bite out of his.
Remind me what prairie birds look like.
Hippogriff?
Griffins.
Griffins?
Oh, griffins. Okay. So I'll relay that, but I'll probably say,
And your guess.
field chickens.
Your guess is he was climbing the tower and a griffin came up to him and took him off. And
That's
Is there any other sign of prairie birds, field chickens, around anywhere? Okay.
not that you can tell, but they're like
not down here probably, but
gigantic flying beasts.
Yeah. Yeah. So no sign, no nesting, no other carcasses. Okay.
oh, all right.
Hey, let's go inside.
I have a question real quick. Can I tell what kind of sword it was that broke at the hill?
As a long sword.
Oh.
Dang. I have mending.
You gotta pick anyways.
Should I
I can go get it.
Grappling hook. You should grab it.
try to
It's all. Well, I can mend a
go
grappling
get
hook.
this stuff?
Okay.
So you guys are
The
looking.
ghostly
By the way,
hand.
you guys are looking at the corpse and the lightning rod behind you as you're
No.
kind of looking at the corpse. Boom! The mana just goes streaking through it and into the earth and kind of puts kind of shakes at you a little bit, and then also these two, your hair is standing at end.
I have long hair.
Yeah.
So
Yep.
Have I? Can I
Yeah.
time the
Take a second
strikes?
to get your hair back down.
Can I time the strikes? So like between the last
How
one
long
and
do
this
you
one.
want to take to do that?
Well,
I
during the
s-
time that I was circling.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I assume those two are.
Investigation.
Because it's not just constant. It's not random. Well,
Could
not
be.
as random. Investigation. I have 16. Like I'm assuming it's a build up and then a
Yeah, it's every 4 to 5 minutes.
45 minutes. Okay, so there's enough time between. Is there enough time between shocks for me to run
You think so?
and like collect stuff like the grappling hook, the sword, and the scabbard, and then and the rope and.
Yeah.
and
So yeah, you
Bolt back.
you wait for a strike, and then you run over and you
Right.
grab all these things and you kind of run back. So
Okay.
you have your hands are completely full, rope and grappling hook, and then sword and hilt.
I want to
Backpack.
start.
The
mending.
backpack was ripped open.
Oh, okay,
So
it was
it's-
empty.
Yeah.
While she's running over, I'm gonna look at the little guy and I'm gonna be like, "Watch this," and I point at her and I whisper in her ears, "Look up! The chicken's coming!"
Do I believe that?
Insight. Gets your deception.
Oh
Yeah, I believe every word of it.
So,
yeah.
you, Abbott, what do you do if there's something?
We're
So-
talking 22.
So I run and I'm like gathering stuff up, and he like messages to me like field chicken, they're coming, and I'm like crapping myself. I basically create a
So-
sound of a bird like shrieking in my
You
mind.
can see Abbott's like scrambling to grab the things and like tripping as he's running back, like, and a big panic look at his face, and he's looking
Look at all
this
of
guy.
I just looked at the little guy. I'm like, "So like that? That was fun, wasn't it?"
So I get back. So I'm running back and I'm like looking over my shoulder. I'm like, and I get back. Where?
and like I'm just grinning.
And if
at
you're
you.
just laughing this entire, like I'm gonna eventually figure out, and I'm gonna throw something at
Okay.
you. You're probably gonna get us like half of a sword.
That's okay. Throw
Can
on the
I
sword.
roll to hit? Try to fling something at him or kick him or something like that.
Oh, jeez. Nice throw.
I got a 19.
Yeah, you do improvised weapon damage, so it's just
One.
It's a D4.
Oh, it's a D4.
Okay, full damage.
Oh, dang. That's funny.
So I'm mad at them. So
I'm walking up to the front door.
You're standing at the front door.
I'm following.
yeah, you did that. He basically kicks you.
Wall
Hey,
is all going.
Can we kind of have a meter of how much my new imp friend likes me or dislikes me? Because he probably enjoyed me giving her a time, but even more watching me get hurt. Right? I think this worked. I think my meter's gone from like dark red to maybe a lighter red. Maybe he's getting to like
The
me a little
friendship
more.
Yeah, I'm
Is
gonna
that-
try to open the door.
The 4 hit points was worth it.
So the two brass handles are molded into the shape of serpents. It's like two big snakes, kind of looping back, creating these handles.
That's always an upgrade. Good upgrade.
And there is a knocker on the door, also made out of brass, that's hanging off the top of the handle. So it's like the snake head kind of loops up and then holds,
I didn't
like
have these
it
things.
holds the knocker in its mouth on one side.
I don't knock at my own tower. I'm opening the door.
So you touch the door handle,
Yep.
and the doors, both of them, swing open slowly. Like the speed of the power-assisted doors,
Yep.
right? Not super great, not fast enough to walk through
Is this
without having to pause.
Is this something that
right?
happened
But-
at your tower back when it was your tower?
No.
No, but I like the
Okay.
upgrade.
And you look inside to the next room, and it is lit magically by magical sconces.
and you can see that there are 2 tables on each side of the room with small cushioned chairs next to them. You can see that there's looks like to be a tea set sitting on one of the tables there, and with the cups overturned and whatnot. And you can see there's a door kind of off to the north and a door off to the left. Now, you go in here and like they have completely
They changed it.
rearranged the interior walls are different.
Completely remodeled.
Yeah.
So he's inside the tower. We should probably go catch him.
I feel like we were all just like all that happened.
Yeah.
It's fine.
Yeah.
He's not going without us, right?
So he opens up the door as she's kind of coming back to the group, and you get hit in the face, and then you guys can.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd have yelled back something when you're done messing around.
Yeah. So you guys are you're together, and you're standing up on the stairs, kind of leading up in here.
I heal myself.
First off, these stairs and everything, they go to your first level. You know that there's a basement.
Yep.
Right. And you know that there are a couple more floors going up. However, you can tell the interior walls have been rearranged.
Okay.
So you see a door to the left and a door ahead of you.
I'll go to the one ahead of me.
Okay, one ahead of you. So that opens up into a larger room that basically takes the back half of the tower here.
Okay.
You see a long table with 6 chairs, 2 on each end, and one on each end, and then 2 on the long sides. You can see that there is a kind of a bookshelf with plates and mugs and that kind of stuff off to one side. So it's not a bookshelf, just a shelf.
Yes.
And then
A hutch.
Well, yeah. You can see that there is a glass enclosure on the bottom half of that, I guess. So it would be
It's
a
a
hutch.
hutch.
Yeah. And you can see that there looks like there's bottles kind of lining the top of the hutch. And let's see. See anything else that's going on here?
Any other doors in this room?
Yeah. So there's actually stairs that lead up here, and you remember those are exactly where they need to be. Right? Those are the stairs that lead up to the next level. There's also looks to be a pile of books in the corner that's kind of strewn all over each other. The books look like they're haphazardly thrown there. Some of them are open. You can tell the bindings are breaking on many of them just because of the way that they're laid out. Not properly stacked, like discarded.
Okay. I'd go check out the books.
Okay. Roll just a quick investigation as you're looking at the books here.
Can I peek into that left door in that first room?
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with her.
Okay.
It's a 19 investigation.
So you are furious. Most of these books are books you have either written or co-authored years and years ago, and they've been defaced and they're just piled here.
They scribble in the margins.
Completely scribbled.
There's a portrait of him on one page, and there's a mustache drawn.
You find one book written by a Mississippi Trill also in the pile.
And that one's also defaced?
And that one is just in the pile. Yeah. But then there's also a good chunk of books that are written by other scholars from your era, and that's why her book is there and whatnot. But anyways, so you look over there, you can see, you open it up and you can see that this is kind of a large closet. There's many cloaks, hats, and coats here. Most of these clothes are a little bit like fashion of the day. In fact, you would think that some of these may even have been Elrindil's clothes. That some of them are that old and that ancient.
But there's newer ones?
There's newer ones in there as well, yeah. But
so the place hasn't been completely just abandoned. It's obviously they made some changes, but like
It's
But-
still
Do we feel like it's
Habitated?
Oh, absolutely.
Inhabited.
people are here maybe right now? Possibly we
Yeah.
just haven't found them
That's
yet.
right.
That's what we're feeling.
Prefer habitated.
It's what I was going for. First.
Habitual
Inha-
nation knitted?
Inhabited.
Inhabited.
Habitated.
Yeah.
One thing that you two specifically because of your nature and how you are. First off, you're like, there's obviously a portion of this tower that is
Old.
no the
Oh.
east wall is not round; it is flat, but the wall outside is round. So there's something there, and you know that's the stairs that go down to the basement are over there, but it's been walled off.
This could only end well.
So what face of the tower is the door on? Like, is it on the north side, the south side, east, west?
Well, and for the orientation on the map, so we'll
Yeah.
say south, but it actually points west. But my maps are oriented like they're south. So let's just say
So as I enter, which wall is the east wall?
the east wall would be the far wall.
Okay.
But the wall that
I'm gonna go put on some of Elrindle's old clothes.
yeah.
With that in
So
my
you go in there and
head,
you find the oldest stuff, and that is about right. He wasn't keeping any of anybody else's stuff in there. So you find some fine kind of cloaks and gowns, and you come out and you look at him. And
Now he's
He's got fashion sense.
he's got a good foot on me, easy,
I vote,
right?
I vote that there's a moo somewhere in there.
But there's a what?
A moo.
A moo.
for the lazy days.
So there is kind of curvature stairs that kind of lead up here.
with the knowledge of that east wall being flat where it shouldn't be, I'm gonna take a look for hidden doors.
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
Oh, you're
Investigation.
not tall at all,
Yep.
are you?
Okay.
We're about the same size, actually.
You don't find anything.
No, there's
You're a
nothing to
tiny
there's
party.
nothing to find.
Nothing.
We're all really small.
Okay.
You know that there's two things that are going on here. One, they either completely bricked it off, you can't access it, or there's another way to access it, but not here.
Also from inside the dining room, for lack of a better term, nothing in there.
Well, it's because that wall is both in the entrance and the foyer,
Yeah.
right? And also in that kind of sitting room.
Okay.
I'm curious what you're doing.
I'm looking at the tea set.
You gonna make us a nice cup of tea?
I know how.
Probably the only one here that does.
I actually will turn to Elrindal and I say, "Is this yours or is this
So
the
as you're
inhabitants?"
kind of digging through these books and kind of looking at it and getting very kind of upset, you do see that there is a hatch that's been installed in the floor here underneath the books.
I found something.
What did you find?
A tea set.
Yeah.
A terrible book written by a terrible person.
Some
Looks
good
like there's
literature, some
several of
terrible. Some good literature, one piece of terrible literature, and away into the basement. Not terrible.
Is your stuff in the basement
Standard.
that you want to find?
What's in the basement?
Like we are probably unwelcome
You remember what
unwelcome
was
guests.
in the basement
Yeah.
for you, but
So I'm just I'm just throwing this out there. I'm just curious. So like, what's your goal here? What's your goal? Like, is basement good or bad, or is your stuff upstairs or downstairs? I mean, I got a nice.
It was my
looking-
tower, so my stuff was everywhere.
Okay, what are you looking for? Can we help you find it quick? Because
you know that on the
this doesn't bode well where we are.
Mm-hmm.
5th floor, that's where you were conducting the experiments on the gems.
To the 5th floor.
All right.
Okay, so we take the stairs up in the
Yep.
dining room. Is that correct?
Yes.
Because there were no stairs in the foyer.
Is there at this point you want us to give a party order?
Well, right now, Elrindal's leading.
Yep.
I'm following.
We're going to go up and we're going to do this
I
next
guess
round,
we'll
then
get
we're
to
gonna
you
take a break.
later.
So, you get up, you
Just take
you
it,
follow
man.
it up to the next floor, and you come across kind of like this open room, and then you can see there's a little hallway kind of going back with a door on the north side and 2 doors on the south. And there's a table in the middle here with a couple of chairs, and you can see a desk and a small cabinet on the kind of on the south side. Well, the cabinet's against a wall. That's kind of on the southeast, and the desk kind of sits against the stairs that kind of go up. So, and then the table of chairs are kind of in the middle here, and then beyond the table of chairs is the hallway that leads into a door on the north and 2 doors on the south. So, you can choose to go up, you can choose to look around here, or there are 3 other doors here.
What was on this floor before?
So yeah, the entryway,
Apprentices.
apprentices. So there was what, 5 floors?
Yeah.
Sudden distraction.
Yeah, so apprentices, we're getting rearranged.
Yeah.
We
So
are.
apprentices, and the next level was your sleeping floor. The next level after that was a library, and then your workshop up on top.
I think my workshop will have the most useful things for us.
Yeah.
This was just apprentices. I can't think
We
of
can
the
always
names.
check it on the way down.
They weren't important. You didn't.
You would.
didn't
Why
take
would
time
you
to
ever
learn them.
remember names?
Do we see any
There was-
signs of
You would-
current life activity?
No, you're-
like
Yeah,
These have-
there's
Yes, these have been used. It's very clean here. It's very obvious that they have been.
I think one was
well-
named Hey
it's-
You.
The area is well worn.
so, like, but I'm even talking like, hey, look, there's a half cup of someone's morning coffee.
Not anything like that. But it's so meticulously clean that
Okay.
What?
Just guys, just be ready for a fight, like, or
you always
I'm
gotta be
gonna-
paranoid.
Abbott,
I'm
like,
going
get
to
ready
just
to
peek
get him
into
with
each
your
of the rooms.
amazing
Okay,
charm.
North room first.
Like,
Yeah.
One room, or
even though
North
I think
room
still
first.
technically I'm much better at it than you are.
so there's a bed and a nightstand. There are
It's
empty
tasty.
shelves against one
And-
side.
Better for straight charisma.
We both have 8.
So this looks like to be just like a bedroom
Okay.
with a bookshelf. There
I mean,
is
don't get me wrong, you're
the
right.
bed. The bed looks like it's actually a stuffed mattress, which is,
Nice.
rather than kind of like a
Comfy.
pile. Yeah.
Regardless.
Okay. Are there any books in the bookshelf?
Yeah. No, the bookshelf is empty.
Okay.
And this is a larger room.
Does it look like that bookshelf is on a wall?
It's on that wall.
That weird wall.
Yep.
Okay. Okay. Back out. Peek in the other 2 rooms.
Yeah, the other 2 rooms are identical to each other.
Okay.
There's a narrow sleeping cubicle that has a bed on the far end, a small closed door near the door, and that is basically it. Just like 2 little. These are like
Okay.
holes in the wall, tiny rooms.
Okay. I'm gonna just dart back into that north room,
Okay.
and I'm gonna check that bookcase for a secret door, or a secret, just a secret.
Okay, you kind of look around. As you're moving the.
Treading very carefully, trying not to disturb anything.
Where are we in the missus? Are
As
we
you're
just
moving-
like watching her go
As you're
around
moving
this
the,
room?
if
Yeah,
you're
I
moving
feel
the
like I'm just
bookcase,
kind of following.
there was a book that looked like it had fallen from on top of the bookcase to
Behind.
down behind it.
Okay.
And you were able to grab that. You didn't
Yeah.
then do your search roll.
That's a 17 plus. For a total of 22.
Well, it's not a secret door here,
Okay.
but you do have a nightstand. The nightstand is buttoned by somebody named Argyle.
Okay.
And you just kind of look inside, and it seems to be some sort of diary.
Okay. I'm gonna hang on to that.
I mean, since she's doing a lot of searching around, then I'm going to pick through those were places that looked like people were staying there.
Yeah.
I'm just looking for anything that's small and valuable that I might be able to take with me.
Roll in investigation or perception. Perception.
Nope.
I will rejoin the party, flipping through pages, just like the first couple pages of this diary. Is it one of Elrondell's apprentices? Is it their diary? Diary of an Apprentice? Is it a
No.
Princess Diary?
It's dated
Okay.
and is dated like 9 years ago.
Oh, okay.
I rolled a 6.
Okay. Where do you look?
Under their pillows, because that's a terrible place to look.
Under their pillows.
I'm just gonna be like, I bet they're hiding their stuff here.
Finds a tooth.
In the diary, there's an entry that says,
What if I just so
Dear
happen to
Tooth
find
Fairy.
the one spot?
"Why won't you come take my tooth?"
Yeah, you don't find anything.
Do I find DNA samples? I'm looking for. I'm just kidding.
Oh
Um,
He holds out a black light.
Blacklight.
no, I was talking about hair, you weirdos.
You're ready to go.
I'm picking up their pillow for crying out
up the
loud.
stairs. Okay, so we're gonna take a break and we're gonna get up the stairs next. Okay, so we'll get you back after the break, and it'll be a little bit interesting. A little interesting.
Yay!
Welcome back. We are on our way up some stairs.
Woo!
And you get to the top of the stairs, and there's a door here, and this leads into what was used to be your bedroom.
Mhm.
And yeah, that's
Yeah,
where we're at.
check that out. They've kept the rest of the place nice.
Mhm.
Might as well see what the master bedroom looks like.
Okay. You put your door on. You put your door on.
Yeah?
The handle. Oh my god.
Handle on the.
Doors are hard.
Yeah. You put your hand on the handle, and
You open the door.
and you're like, oh, your door's locked.
You want me to do this?
Sure.
These
Okay.
tools?
So you get out your thief tool.
Yep.
And you go and you look.
There's no keyhole,
And
is
there's
there?
a keyhole, and
Yeah?
you can see that there's something blocking the keyhole.
Oh.
Something inside there.
What would you like me to roll to look closer at what this thing is that is blocking the keyhole?
Stick your rapier in it.
It is some sort of metal object that is coming in through the other side. The key is in the door on the other side.
Okay. All right. You made it sound like it was actively moving, and I'm just like, oh no.
Careful, it's gonna poke you in the eyeball.
Is there any way to dislodge it from this side?
Yeah, you can poke it.
Okay, I'm gonna poke it.
Clang, 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 clang. Right?
I don't know.
I don't have any way to
The key
grab it from
falls
the other
on the ground on the
side.
other side.
I can
Clang,
help.
clang, 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 clang.
Oh.
Hey, you want to do that? That'd be cool.
Sure.
Okay.
You want to?
See
Would you
what
mind
happens.
unlocking the door?
Yeah, I'll unlock the door.
All right. I'm going to, because of recent wild magic searches, fabulously turn into gaseous form, and attempt to
I
kind
thought you were
of go
gonna
through
turn me into gaseous form.
Okay, you then.
Send in the slave.
Yeah, send in the short one.
Okay.
I would never cast a spell on
says the
myself.
5-foot man. That's what's really funny.
Elves are like normally shorter than humans anyway. I'm surprised you didn't think
I
that.
thought elves were taller.
I
In
didn't.
D&D, I think they're
source.
shorter. In 5th ed, I think.
Yeah, I'm
Can you
a good
only cast
4
it on one
inches over
person,
you,
or can
bud.
cast it on like up to? I think you can do
A
that.
willing.
I think Abbott
Oh,
is
okay.
taller than all of you.
Oh, you are. You are very much the
Multiple.
tallest. At what?
Maybe.
Do you know what you are?
Either way, that burns a 3rd level
I'm pretty sure I'm
slot.
like
Oh, jeez.
5 foot 11 inches.
So you.
Yeah.
Okay, you're gaseous form on the other side here.
What do I see?
And so what you see here is immediately, right, kind of like 10 feet from the door,
Send your gaseous
there's a
eyes through first.
circle on the floor made out of, looks like maybe salt.
Around the door?
No,
Or-
in a circle, like off.
Okay.
And you can see there's many different like salt lines and salt ruins kind of on the and in the middle of that you see an old man with black skin, silver hair kind of stringing down, and he stands up and he looks over and he says, "You! I see who you are! Free me!" Anyways, also in the room is a door on the east wall. Lines up with the rest of the
weird wall.
The weird walls.
Yep.
There is a gigantic.
I'm sorry. You said there's a door in the weird wall.
Yeah.
Okay.
There's a gigantic master bed here that's probably a little bit larger than a California style king, with the poles and the curtains and all that. And
Mr.
then
Fancy Pants over
then
here.
Full opulence, always.
Thinks he needs a bed.
there's a large desk on the
I need to sleep.
far north side, and then 2 bookshelves over next on the east wall. And an elf.
And an elf?
Yeah. In that circle.
Wait, the elf is the one saying free me?
Mhm.
Okay. How long does that gaseous form last?
An hour.
Just ignore it. Go
or
around.
until he drops concentration.
You heard that from the other side of the door, by the way.
Yeah.
It's muffled, but you can make it out.
He's-
In this form,
He's
I
being
only
controlled
have
by
one.
salt. That's always a good sign.
Could be a slug. I haven't seen one of them yet.
Maybe he doesn't like margaritas.
Yeah. Circle of margarita.
When do you drop your concentration?
Well, I'd give it a second, and if Mississippi didn't
Literally
immediately,
a second.
well,
Give you some
a few seconds just to, if you didn't, after that noise, if you didn't just immediately peace out of the room, it must not be that bad.
Okay. Well,
You've got
I enter the room.
self-preservation.
I survey. I see what you described. That took you about a minute to describe, and then
Yeah.
I go back out.
Okay. To him?
Yeah.
So your gaseous cloud to the other side of the door. As you're slipping through the cracks of the door, he says, "No! Come back here!"
Can I speak in gaseous form?
No.
No, I didn't think so. Okay.
You're
Yeah.
a floating
So,
fart.
and then I'm gonna hover in front of you, disapprovingly.
I'll drop concentration.
Great. Now I'm standing in front of you disapprovingly, and then I go and I poke the key out of the lock and I open the door.
Did you... It's still locked then.
You want me to roll thieves' tools?
Sure.
What we should have done was go to the other side, unlock it.
I was in gaseous form. I can't interact with objects
Yeah,
in
drop.
gaseous form.
Like drop.
Yeah.
I can't communicate.
Nope.
How am I supposed to tell him to drop it?
You
wave
can drop it.
Wave your hand over the door.
I can't drop it, can I? Unless I just become unwilling.
Okay.
Anyway, it's fine. I picked the lock. I pushed the
everybody
key out.
makes a strength saving throw because you're immediately in the blast. You make it at disadvantage.
Awesome.
Jeez.
Yay.
I love this game.
So you
Strength
go
save, you say.
you go to pick the lock, and then
Oh!
you are reminded.
10.
Same.
14.
I would have had a
Nat
nat 20.
20.
Good job.
13.
You saw that, right?
Use inspiration for that, didn't you?
I did use an inspiration for nat 20. That was a well-used
What'd you get,
inspiration.
Randy?
All right,
I got 13.
you guys go down
Noped our way out of that.
30 feet of stairs, and so you go down 30 feet of stairs. You go down 30 feet of stairs. You got what?
14.
You're fine. You're fine.
13.
You're fine.
Abbott's just standing there like,
So,
He said he wanted to kill one of us. You land directly on the scabbed head.
19 points of damage as you tumble down these stairs. You're so what I imagine it looking like is you know that the beginning of Back to the Future when Marty McFly grabs
The electric
the
guitar.
electric guitar, goes up to there, and he just strings it once, and he like flies back. That's what happened to you two, and they're back a ways. They're able to brace themselves, and
Can my nat 20 mean I catch someone?
no.
I am small. I could, in some instances, I could classify as a projectile. Can you catch projectile?
No. And you fly backwards, and then Elrondil, you come to the realization this is a wizard's tower. Even you back in the day would have had such wards, but they wouldn't have been as strong.
Yeah. It would have been more like intruder alarm and, you know.
They would have been strong.
This is fine. I stand up. I brush myself off.
You've never seen such a magical trap before.
This is fine.
What'd
This
you
is
do?
fine. I fix my hat and I walk back up the stairs.
Not fix your hair, just a hat.
You're supposed
I
to.
have no hair.
You're supposed to leave the hat off.
It's resting very lightly on my head.
All right. Well, you don't complain to me when it's stuck to your brain.
Okay, so you're back at the top of the stairs, and you realize
Brainhead.
your lock picks are kind of mangled up in there a little bit, and this laying kind of scattered.
The important question is,
Yeah.
did a modified 20 unlock the door?
You didn't even get a chance.
Damn it! Okay. Alright, cool.
You can have mine. I have some.
I touch the door with my hand first.
Thieves' tools.
Do I have to make the strength save again?
No.
I tried the knob.
Does no one have
Still
knock?
locked.
Okay.
Not today.
Oh,
Can I use your
you're
thieves' tools?
useless.
Okay. I'm gonna try it.
Look, I turned her into a gaseous form, and with how my spells are all
I'm gonna
sorted-
move.
Can you check to see if there's more magic on this thing? That's a no, isn't
Could
it?
have detected magic on this door.
You want to detect magic?
No, I could. I said I could have.
Yeah, she's asking.
Can
There's
No,
still
but I'm
magic?
gonna give us all Featherfall this time.
Yeah, I'll detect some.
please?
I'll detect some magic on the door.
Screw that. I'm not standing next to this door
The
again.
door has magic on it. It's
Still?
specifically on the lock, on the interior of the lock.
Just kick the dang door down.
I'm sorry, do I look strong to you?
So that is
I wasn't
literally
talking to you. I was talking to.
the only one with a positive strength.
Am I the only one with positive strength?
Yes.
You're the strongest one among us.
Remember
God,
your beefcakes and everybody else is opposite
Yeah,
of
you're right.
beefcakes?
Here,
Smart.
unadulterated
Noodle
beefcake.
arms?
Yeah, I'll try to.
I could whisper at it. Would that help? That's about as good as I'm
If
If
at.
you
With
want the
some-
door seduced, Gideon is our man.
Come here, baby.
He's
Lock
like
you all night.
touching the door. He's like, "Come on, baby, we can make this work."
Okay.
I'm okay again. Hey, Gideon is going down the stairs.
Okay. Gideon is at the bottom of the stairs.
Are you seriously
Not
not-
bottom. I'm just not next
Oh
to this
my God, I
thing.
feel like I'm not getting any support.
Everyone has Featherfall.
Not getting any support here.
Got a minute of Featherfall in case you know, going down the stairs less painful.
That's just a strength.
Athletics.
A 9.
Bonk.
If
You
I would have
bonk
been
against the door,
inspired,
and
Do you have another third
So-
level spell slot?
can I try again? I want to give one more try.
I have a question for you. Was it only the lock that was magic?
No.
Are the hinges on this side?
So is the lock? I'm trying to get through the.
Yeah.
Hey, Mississippi, what'd you see on the other side?
Oh, I tell you everything that I saw on the other side. He
Are you
has
asking me to see
horrible
if there's a
taste
way
in
to
furnishings,
finagle from the
and
other
his
side?
bed is entirely too
Are you
large.
seeing if there's a way to get it from the
I'm
side?
asking if it's only
That's
the
all you
lock
say. You
that's
just ignore the
magic.
fact that there's a guy in there.
Oh, and there's a guy in a salt
So,
circle. He wanted
When
me
she
to free
tells me
him.
that, I'm gonna go up and try and hit the door around where the
You
hinges
don't
are.
even need to do that.
I don't.
No.
You could just go
You
ethereal.
just go through it.
Oh, no.
We've been overthinking
So-
this whole time.
At this point, I go through, a little bit paler, and I unlock it on the other side.
So you have to pick up the key on the ground and unlock it.
There.
Don't touch the salt circle.
Yeah, I don't think I'd like the salt.
Yeah. Anyways, you go through the door. He says, as soon as he sees you and you're doing your thing, he says, "You, come here. Disturb the ruins. I command you."
I'm like, yeah, I don't think I want to be
Yeah.
anywhere near that salt.
You're not my
Click,
supervisor.
And you guys are able to walk into the room.
Yeah, there he is.
Who are you? Why are you in my tower?
He looks in shock. He says, "Is that you? Elrindel? I thought you were dead."
So who are you?
I'm gonna go start jumping on his bed.
He says, "Well, you never did learn my name."
Oh, it's Hey You.
Were you the clumsy one, or
You used to. My name is Caldidus, but you used to just call me Calcium, and I hated it.
That's good.
How do you
Does
spell
he
his
have a little
name?
bit of
You don't
crust?
remember any of this?
Does he have a little crust around his mouth?
No,
No.
What was his name?
he's gonna like try to?
Caldidus.
Caldidus.
No, doesn't ring any bells.
I was your apprentice for like 10 years.
He's not
Well,
nice.
either way, I'm trapped in the circle. Get me out.
Are you?
Why are you trapped in the circle?
It's a long story.
I'm
Yeah,
gonna
it looks
sit on
like
the
you've
bed.
got some time. Yeah, I'm gonna sit in
I
a
sit on the bed and
chair
start
or
flipping
something.
through the journal that I picked up in the
You're
other
sitting
room.
on the bed?
Yeah.
It's hard to read because I'm jumping on it. Boing!
It's
Boing!
bigger than a California king.
Boing! Oh, that's true. And you're
Yeah,
tiny.
you're-
I'm tiny. I don't take up much space.
When you look at me, I take it off. Like I take off my shoe and I kind of use your bedspread to rub off some dirt off of my shoe.
It washes
We're
out.
so respectful.
So you sit down and start listening to a story.
Yeah.
He says, "Well, I was testing the power of the conduits to see if I can use the mana that's in the world now to something what we call planar travel, and we have been successful summoning creatures from other worlds into ours."
Did you say planar travel?
Yeah. Oh my god. Okay.
What is it?
I didn't think
Incredible.
I didn't think I'd be able to use this today.
You're welcome.
Here's. I don't know if do you want to hold it up to the camera? Planar
job.
travel.
Planar travel.
It's got a stick man that's looking like he's looking at a version of himself from a parallel universe. It's incredible.
That was a lucky roll.
He says, and we've been successful on summoning such creatures, fearsome, grotesque creatures. My latest experiment went awry, and the only way to protect myself was to put myself within this circle of binding.
How long have you been there?
Can I roll insight when see it answer a question?
Go ahead.
I would
On the
also.
whole thing, basically.
May I also?
Yeah. And he says,
I'm so glad I'm a halfling. Okay.
well, it's been about 9 years.
23.
He's been in that circle for 9 years.
Yeah.
What did he unleash? What'd you unleash?
He says, we're calling them demons, and
may have summoned what we're calling a tier 1.
What does it look like?
It stands about 30 feet tall. Kind of a pig-faced nose.
The moment he says that, Gideon stops jumping. He's just like,
Do you know what that means?
one of those are here?
He says, yes.
Those are real?
Well, yes. It took us a while to learn about them. So what you guys are gathering with your insights.
We're 26.
26.
23.
Yeah. His story rings mostly true. However, he's downplaying the mistake.
Yeah.
And also downplaying what the demon was.
So you are,
Like even downplaying when he's saying it's like, you know.
so you
So he's
taught him
saying
how to
it's-
be arrogant as well.
So he's saying that it
You
wasn't
probably
as
gotta
much
learn
of
from
a
greatness.
mistake as an experiment that didn't go as planned. And by demon, he's not saying the full. He's basically Okay, I get it.
Crap.
Can that insight carry over into Gideon's reaction? Or would you like a secondary insight on Gideon?
Sure.
I want to know why Gideon seems to know so much about this.
have no
That's a 12.
So
You are more focused on the Elvish.
I think it's weird that Gideon's reacting like this, but I can't figure anything else out.
So I'll just mention like just say speaking whole truth.
I don't know what you mean. I have no reason to lie to you.
You may not be lying, but you're not being terribly forthcoming. There's things you're not saying.
High five.
Insight, bro!
Where did this thing go?
Okay. Him and his armies.
You summoned armies.
Yeah.
You're an idiot.
Well, it was what the Grand Arcanist wished.
Okay, well, we already know he's in it. We already know he's an idiot.
Yeah.
I do hesitate because I'm like, wait, I'm about to
And,
get struck by lightning.
My understanding is they would go what feels most the home to them.
Where that is.
In the earth.
Like this? Anything close?
He says, no, deeper.
Oh, calcium! You always took terrible notes. That's which one you were.
It's finally just dawning on him.
Yeah, just
What is the Grand Arcanist's plan? What's his purpose? What's the point of that? He's just looking to summon beings more powerful than himself to take over? What is his problem?
clearly
why
this
did
apprentice is incompetence.
Why did the
No,
Grand
you
Arcanist...
said it was his fault, right? You said he wanted you to do this?
Yeah.
Why?
There's a time limit.
What do you mean?
But we're running out of magic. It's all being used up. And these beings are basically just magic. And we've all found ways to distill beings into magic. That was the plan.
Was to distill these demons into magic?
Mm-hmm.
But you...
And it was potent magics.
But you got a little bit more than what you were...
The spell went a little haywire. Yeah. He says it's the crystal I was using was too potent. We shouldn't have used it.
Where's the crystal now?
It's in the lab, I think, unless they took it.
Who's they?
It's been 9 years.
Just have you people just been coming and taking stuff or what?
The demons.
Okay, so can I
Well,
don't.
there's
Jeff
all
doesn't know how
kinds
to
of
ask these
stuff.
questions, but Gideon would start asking some very specific questions. Okay. So I need your help as a DM to help me ask the right. You know what I mean? Like Gideon is interested. He has some. So far, all this has just been again theory, right?
Right. This is
So
all
as
theory.
as he was touching on theory
Yeah.
of magical properties, right? Gideon's cult was touching on theories about beings like this.
Yes.
Okay,
That makes sense.
right? And so they started to touch on things. That's where the language came from. That's where we learned about these things. So Gideon is very curious now about things that he's heard. Like, how true are they? Like, so do they have a chain of command? Is there a king? Is there, like, he would start asking these questions to see what this guy knows.
We didn't care about that stuff.
You're just, oh my gosh. You
But he
guys
did, he did mention that we got him and his armies, implying that the big demon is of a higher.
That was our target, and then that creature left the portal open, forced the portal to stay open, and then
Is that creature in charge of the armies? Was that apparent?
It seemed to be.
Okay.
So again, what I'm telling you, what you just heard, Gideon, again, he's not letting that stuff.
Yeah.
He's just asking questions.
I'm just. Emily is trying to
Yeah.
figure things out.
Okay, so
Mississippi does.
We all did it. It was for the benefit of the world.
yeah.
We
Yeah.
couldn't
Yeah.
just let it die.
You coulda though. I mean, really.
So you
Could,
want to get
could
your
this
stuff?
world
Let's get out of
survive
here.
without magic?
Have you been
No.
forthcoming about your past yet?
No, I mean you guys have just seen
300
me
years
get
ago.
a little.
There was very
Not
little
really.
magic in the world, and we got along just fine.
I
That's not true at all.
What'd you say? Sorry, I missed that.
Okay. I said 300 years ago there was very little magic and we got along just fine, and he says that's not true at all. Explain how that's not true.
The magic was just never on the surface. It was always here,
We
It
still
was-
survived without harnessing it.
but it's what heats the world.
So you're saying the world is going to explode or collapse
dry
in on
out.
itself, or all life will
cold.
cease in a cataclysmic
There's this
event.
There's this theory about this thing called absolute zero.
Science. You're throwing science at me. Okay?
And without magic is what makes things move. And absolute zero, that temperature is when everything stops. And it kept the core moving and hot.
so he's talking about natural magic,
Mhm.
like the magics of
Everything.
the world.
What
Life.
the
He just
What
dropped
the mushroom
midichlorians
people-
on us.
Yeah.
what the mushroom people have been feeding off of, right?
And the reason why they're on the surface
Yep.
is because it's no longer down.
Because they've been pulling it all down, using it for their own resources, and
Do you see what you have done?
You dug up the big one.
If I can, I'd like to insight him while he was asking those questions,
Okay.
just to see like where the connection is and like why the sudden interest.
yeah, because before
Because
I
he's
wasn't
asking
interested
some
at all.
in-depth questions that we
Yeah.
wouldn't have thought to ask.
You can roll your performance check as a counter.
Oh, sure.
I'm just confused that
21.
Gideon started to sound like he read a
Oh,
book.
nat one! I have thrown caution into the wind. I'm asking questions about, like, I'm even throwing out names. Does the name, sound familiar? I'm like throwing out all this stuff. That's, I'm making up for my one
So
that I just rolled.
Jeff, mostly what your cult back then was used a little tiny magic that's available to basically communicate. There was never any
Tin can on a string.
Yeah, that was the level of extent. But you learn things, and some crazy things. There were some dark magics that was able to be learned here and there, and the chaos was coming through.
We learned what they like, and like what
and so it was all just basically playing telephone with these things. It was, but now you know the extent of how bad they are, right?
Oh, we know. I know the shadow. Even what they were willing to let us know about themselves. That's what I knew.
Yeah.
But now these things are. Some of these things are free
here,
and they're here.
Yeah.
I rolled a 21.
Crap.
And by the way, this time the whole time is speaking, whenever those names and things come up, your little canary would like freezes and turns into a rock.
Yeah.
So with the 21, I can discern that he knows more than he's not just pulling this out of his butt.
Yeah. With my
There's
natural one.
Obvious knowledge that
Yeah.
that Gideon has
Mhm.
about the situation and concern.
Yep.
Before I was just jumping on the bed. Now I'm like in the guy's face. Like, what do you mean? Yeah.
I'm
And
asking
again,
the
he
portal's
doesn't
still
have any
open.
answers.
Like, did the portal ever get closed? Or where was the portal? This is still open. This seems like a concern.
I don't know if the portal closed or not.
Where did you open it?
In the workshop.
Have we seen?
We'll
the
be
shop
right
yet?
back.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm gonna start
Yep. Let's go.
slightly hastily.
No.
Yeah.
If Gideon might beat you to the door. Like, we got to take care of
Did the
this.
Grand Arcanist ever communicate with you after
So yeah, me and Gideon, I think,
9
book
years
out the
ago?
door at this point.
in any way?
He says, no, magic can't go through this, and he points towards the floor.
But I mean, he didn't send anybody to check on you.
Doesn't care.
Yeah. Got that much.
I'm just one of many.
So she's asking those questions. We're going out the door.
Yeah, we're already out the
bye.
door.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you go to the door, then you go to the stairs, and the stairs go up and down.
Up.
So
Guys,
the stairs go up, and you can follow the stairs.
Leave
all the way
this.
up.
Leave this fool. We'll deal with him later.
Skipping
Let's go.
what he knows the library, and go along with all
Yep.
So while you two are still back here, though, like right after these guys, after those guys leave and we're kind of about to go down too, I'll share my, just a suspicion about, and just be like, I think we're gonna need to talk about him, with him.
Which one of what
Jeff-
was my book?
Gideon
That was
might
downstairs.
need some counsel
Your choice.
actually after this.
Okay, all right. So it wasn't anything specific. Okay.
Mhm.
All right.
So yeah, I just shared that little
Excavating the crystal.
nugget with you.
No, it's not.
No, that would be too recent. That never got finished That never was fully published by the time the event happened.
Neither was the Silmarillion.
Oh,
Silmarillion?
that sounds great.
Is that how it's said? Is that how you're supposed to say it?
The Silmarillion.
Anyway.
That's really cool.
Right.
I think that's a great idea.
You
You could have
probably
published stuff after the things that you
head
left
up
behind.
and
That'd be
join us.
awesome.
So you get up to the top floor. It takes the entire level of the tower. On the north side of the tower is a weird pod. Kind of like with a dome shape sitting on the floor. To the left is a panel next to it with a bunch of switches, mechanical things.
Not for there before. To his
No.
knowledge.
No. There's a podium with a large open book. Next to that whole thing.
Is
The
a
roof
purple.
is made out of bright blue series of arched overlapping metal plates.
Do we see a big swirling
Do-
purple portal?
do we see the
with
gate to
black
hell?
death? Okay.
Okay.
So there's this big pod in the center of the room. Is that what you said?
Yeah.
Or can you describe that again?
It's like just like a metal dome.
A metal dome.
You can see glints of like the crystals kind of embedded and worked into the metal. And the blue metal plates that are up on the ceiling, you can see the same thing. Little glints of kind of look like glitter, you know.
So is this in the basement?
This is the workshop
Upstairs.
Upstairs? Okay.
Yep.
I wasn't
This
sure
is
if we,
completely not what it was like before.
I just wasn't sure if we
Well,
had to
there's
go
no
down to
gaping
get up.
portal.
We don't have an active portal. Okay, phew. Okay.
Are there any
So there's
crystals or gems just kind of lying around?
you don't see any.
Okay.
Well, Gideon's just gonna straight up ask, like, were these things the levers and stuff? Were they here before?
No, this
There's
is.
a podium with a book next to that too.
Yeah.
Are any of the levers labeled?
Yeah, with arcane runes.
Can I read the arcade?
Generally.
I will cast comprehend languages. Okay.
Like the runes kind of correspond to anything,
with
or
magical actions, basically.
okay,
So they don't.
It's the magical hokey pokey.
Yeah.
got it. Magical switchboard.
Yeah.
So, like, are you thinking that if these are moved just right, that the portal will reopen?
Yes. Maybe. I don't know what this is.
Do we-
So
exactly.
let's take a sledgehammer to this.
Yes, we need to destroy this. Then
Roll an Arcana.
You have my pick.
you have my dissonant whispers.
23
So first
I can
off,
whip it.
The book right next to it is kind
And
of
my
like,
whip.
manual.
it's a half instruction manual.
Summoning
half
demons
research.
for dummies.
You look in
One
to
on
read
one.
it, and you come to an epiphany. You go over to the panel,
Yep.
and you hit two of the levers, and all the metal sheets start to move and twist.
Okay.
And
What did you do?
They open up, and you can see just above. There's a floating crystal in the air above you. The crystal is probably 4 or 5 feet long and kind of like a foot in diameter.
That's a lot of sugar.
It is. Let me make some.
You recognize the crystal and hue as one of the crystal shards that had split off.
Okay.
It's a sister, basically, to the one in your chest.
Okay.
Okay.
There
so
were
that
5
opens
of
up,
these.
and then also the sky
This
opens.
is a big deal.
And then like another set of plates open up to the sky where you can see the blue sky above, and you can see that the 4 spikes in the sky, kind of like with the magic that kind of swirls up above you, and you're like, that's where the portal was, and you point towards the sky where the magic swirls.
Let's get that big crystal down.
I agree.
But all for different reasons.
Well, somebody wants to snort it.
And someone wants to stop whatever could happen again.
See, we're both on the same
Did-
And
page.
someone
Did Gideon notice the little fella kind of freaking out when I was using different?
Yeah.
Okay. While we're kind of looking around, I'm just gonna try to have kind of a side conversation. Like, do you know that? You know that name?
He says, I've never heard it before, but it strikes fear.
Oh.
No,
Yeah.
never mind. It speaks like Evan. Not no name. Strikes fear.
And I just tell him.
Super scary.
I tell him very solemnly, like, and for good reason.
is he dropping?
Did I recognize any? Oh no, of course. I was the one saying the names. And
You're
he
just
was, yeah.
speaking
Do I recognize
gobbledygook?
the names?
Is he dropping little nuggets or
So
pebbles in that?
you hit another lever and the crystal kind of comes down. You just kind of know.
Yeah.
After reading the instructions, that you can bring the crystal.
Where should we shove this inside of Aaron?
As he's reading the manual, so before he does
Tell me
that
that.
stuff, I'm going to flip through that journal. Does it say anything about this big experiment up here?
Absolutely, it does.
Okay. Let me guess. This is the guy who was found dead outside.
No,
Oh, okay.
this is another apprentice.
You said his name was Argyle.
Yeah, this is an apprentice to Calcium.
Okay.
It's mainly a record of day-to-day activities, which largely involve running errands and also overseeing 2 brand new apprentices. He's been there for years, right?
Okay.
The final notes talk about how he finally was able to help because they had found one of the source crystals, and they were going to use that in their next set of experiments, and calcium. We're just going to keep calling it calcium. Needed more help with that just because of the nature of the experiment.
Okay. Gotcha.
Alright. So what do we do about this crystal? I forgot how we're supposed to destroy it.
I can hold on to it.
No.
Nope.
Nope. Nope. Mm-mm.
We're supposed to destroy these things?
If we get. Okay, my notes. It's been a long time. Okay, it's been a long time since we were in harm.
How long of a time has it been?
So like 10, 11 sessions long.
12.
Yeah.
This was session 2 that we spoke with the seer. That there are 5 chunks of mana and something. We can undo the things that happened if we got the others.
If we
Presumably
got
got the other.
so
chunks
we don't
of
destroy it.
mana. I'm not an arcanist.
I like to consult with Xander. I'd like to have a sidebar with my my deity.
After
Hold on.
finding out that there are demons, I might actually convert. There's demons running amongst. He might. Gideon might actually convert.
If you weren't ready to convert earlier for all this,
Yeah.
is he talking to me? Is he
Yeah.
like poking at me?
Does.
Like he's
Using
standing.
full sentences.
You had a very small chance. You're able to speak to him, and you were able to use perfect English.
Okay.
The Celestial actually to him. So what do you ask?
I'll ask him what I need to do about what we need to do with this to make everything
Does your
right
plate
again.
help?
Probably. I'm probably holding it while I'm talking to him.
He says, you have found one of the source crystals. Find the other 4. And then reassemble
Okay.
and place it back down into the earth.
I understand.
All my hard work.
At least you're gonna survive this.
So it needs to go back where it,
You don't know
where
that?
it came from.
Yes.
I know where that is.
And this should stop the leaching of the mana.
Can
Okay. But you can't hear all this.
I know. I have a question for your god, though. So I'll wait until you tell me, and then I'll ask you,
Okay.
because you're the closest thing I have to your god.
Oh, I am a god.
You're a dark prophet.
But I'll say, do you know more about where they are?
He doesn't answer.
It's for me to find out.
He doesn't answer.
All right. I'll thank him. Thank him for his time.
Even like Thander can't speak against the
So
arcanist.
do you share what you learned?
Yes.
Okay.
So Abba's he was probably staring off. His tattoos probably glowed a little bit
Yeah.
brighter. And he's like holding, like he's probably sitting cross-legged,
And then
holding the plate,
The
and then
plate is glowing with divine scripture.
Mhm. And then you're all like, Abbott, what were you, Abbott?
Yeah.
And he eventually comes back to, kind of zones out for a second.
Y'all right?
Why in my face?
I just can we just say every time you speak in Celestial you're using like these and thys and like
Like ye old
yeah.
Did you
Wordage?
go somewhere there?
Hearken to me, sir.
What was that? You okay? Yeah?
Yeah.
What happened?
Spoke to God.
And what does God have to say?
We cannot destroy. Must find rest and return it
Return it, wait.
to it home.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Your home.
Guess we know where we're going.
You
last.
also know that his home is currently under crusade.
Yeah.
By
Yeah.
The false.
by the
Can
By
we-
Abbott's Church.
yeah.
Yeah. What it's devolved into
How
is
are we supposed to carry this?
so
What are we supposed to do with it until we get the other ones?
Can-
What did you say? It was 4 foot tall?
it's a 4 foot
Also,
body.
It's bigger than me.
Yeah.
This thing naturally floats. In fact, it's held down by magical means right now. You can tell that from the book. You know that the old crystal had to be held down by chains and anchors.
Okay.
So it's not a carry it. It is don't let it float away.
Okay, but like, how do we?
At some point, you're like
wrangle
a kid
it?
losing a balloon.
But we need to wrangle it, and we can't be walking around with these 4 foot balloons.
Get tied to the lizard.
We can't be walking around with 4 foot glowing balloons.
Let's.
We-
Have you ever seen a scarecrow before?
So you think you need a safe place to stash them?
Let's.
Yes.
Or we could dress it up like a maiden.
I like that idea, actually.
What? I do have a question. Does the big
Have you gotten into my stash?
crystal seem
That's
to
a really good job.
react at all to the one in his chest?
React.
We're dressing it up.
Like, does it seem to go towards
Don't
him?
you
Does
normally have
it
that covered and everything?
Usually
Oh,
it's
everything
covered,
like
but
that.
I'm assuming if it's like resonating
But
or
I mean,
something,
like,
I
does
feel
it
that.
just move towards him, move
Jumping
away
it
from him? Does it glow? The big one.
You don't know.
So hear me out. I have an idea where we can stash this, and none of you are gonna like it.
I got a place where you can
Like-
stash it.
I don't like most of the things that come out of your mouth.
This needs to go in me.
I got a place where you can stash it.
So
That's like 9
what's
perks
the,
right
what's
there.
the safest place we've been? That's right, Redmere.
No.
And you're right here.
We're close by.
You're right.
They have a vault.
No.
You're right. I know like this plan.
How
And
many?
Elrondel-
How many other crystals?
Elrondel, you
did
also
your
have
god
this
say?
other thing. This is your tower. It's already here.
Yeah,
you
but
could just leave it here.
But is it gonna be safe?
The demons know it's here.
Can.
Yeah.
So how many
and
more?
you saw
do
how
we-
fortified Redmere was. They'll have a
There's. You said
time
there's.
taking it.
There's 6 that. No, there are 5. That's 5 that it broke off into 6 pieces. He's got 1. This is 2.
5, I thought.
So there's 4 more pieces.
Mhm.
Okay.
Okay.
So
counting.
He's got 1.
He's got.
Then we got the other one. So we have
And
2,
there's
and there's 5.
Okay, so there's 3 more.
Yeah.
If
Okay.
I'm doing that math correctly.
Yes.
Correctly.
Hey.
Gideon's gonna.
You know what
speak
that
up.
means? There's 1 for each of us.
Guys. I hate saying this. Trust me, I hate it more than anything else. But we need this. Unless you guys can come up with a better idea of how to secure this. Oh, I hate this so much. I hate that this is going to come out of my mouth. If anyone could get away with sealing something away, no questions asked, in a place where even demons would think twice about going to try to get, it would be Redmere.
Yeah. Because
If you get, oh my
Question.
gosh.
all the demons are already there.
Question.
You have
Question.
a second thought on there.
Demons.
I'm gonna tell you.
Do demons hate holy places?
I'm gonna say it's your second thought.
Okay,
Are you going to call that temple holy?
There is another place
Not yet.
of people that are demon experts that can really keep this safe. You believe,
okay.
but you promise yourself
right? That you would never go back.
Okay, if we want to go there. So you're saying I'm saying that?
No, you're thinking that.
Okay.
You don't have to say
I don't have an answer for that. Is there something else I can help with?
No thanks.
Okay.
All right. So
Thanks, Siri.
Siri has joined the party.
okay, guys. So there's that idea. Also, there's another spot. Now I don't know what's happened over the last 300 years.
A lot.
A lot has happened over the last 300 years. But if we don't like the idea of putting this great source of power in Redmir's, there is a place that I have a little bit of history that has some knowledge on these demons, and it might be safe with them because they would very much have the same interests as ours.
I'll say,
To
oh
keep
yeah,
it safe.
There's
that place you don't want to tell us about.
also another place that you could potentially, because you have options.
Okay.
Right? There's another place that that a certain person here would think about that has been burned down apparently multiple times.
Mhm.
However, has never once been completely taken over because it has some unbelievable secret. And they've tried and tried. You've heard that they've tried and tried and tried.
Hmm.
And that is Glen Boyle.
Which
So-
we were gonna go there anyway.
Well, so I'm tossing that out, and you toss out that.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then
That's my.
Another place that
Another
has
place.
been under siege for what, 300 plus years, and
not that long.
So
no.
there's like 3 more locations and like 3 more shards.
and where you could just bring it to where it needs to go, and apparently that place is also, at least as far as you know, a safe place to be.
The issue is transporting a 4-foot long glowing crystal is like walking around with a
Bullseye.
yeah.
Well, that's why Redmir's the closest. And again, he could easily just be like,
Well, if
after he gets married, he could be like, I need this, and I'm going to bring in, I need a cart that's covered, and no one's going to look inside. And if anyone does, they die. And I mean, you could do that, right?
Glen Boydle's north, right?
Alternatively,
Glen Boyle is pretty much due west.
To west, okay.
northwest.
Yeah.
it's
the
a
map.
it's
we
a
can
solid
map it.
week.
So
Glen Boyle
You guys.
is
you guys are right here.
Yeah.
And Glen Boyle is
there. It's the houses on the mountains.
that
So
one, right? So Glen Boyle is here. You guys are here. So it's not all that far.
It's a solid week.
You do have to.
We could go visit Harmony again.
If you go this way and then.
Mm-hmm.
Mine would be the.
There's a big problem about going there. The Grand Arcanus is right here.
Mm-hmm.
This is where the Grand Arcanus is.
So
Or at least.
Can you remind me what we know about that cave
which one?
near Glen Boyle?
Isn't that just a
This one?
tunnel or something?
Yeah.
wasn't
That's a mine.
there a deal run by the one halflings?
No, that's the Mud Company. That's nearby.
Right there.
It's just next door. It's just down the street.
I bet they would be a safe place.
No one would ever look there.
Yeah. why
Just
would
covered
they
in
do
mud.
They just what they remind me of is when you in Monty Python and the Holy Grail when they were
Oh,
talking
yeah.
about the
The no big.
some watery tart
I didn't vote for him.
handing out sabers as no source. You know, they're just gathering up slop, right?
Yeah.
That's what those
Sod.
happen.
I think
That's
it's
what
supposed to
those-
be sod.
Halflings are doing.
Basically.
So we got 8 minutes left
Yep.
before
So-
we gotta stop. Do you want to have this confrontation now?
Maybe we should figure out where we're going.
yeah, I'll save the talk
Okay.
for a time where
Okay. Let's
we're
decide
not
where
so
we're
pressed
going.
on
then.
time.
Yeah.
What? So we need to decide what we're doing with this thing
Yep. And then where we go from there.
and where we
More
go
appropriate
next.
time.
Well, so
Safest-
let's pro and cons this. We know nothing about yours. Yours seems like the best, but we have to get past Grand Arcanist.
Well, but as far as Grand Arcanus is concerned, we are immune to his curse.
He doesn't know.
And
He
Is it-
doesn't know where we are.
Yeah.
So
We're
your
also
place,
carrying
your place is right
A
here.
lighthouse.
Also,
I'm not saying that we take it with us.
Then
also
how do we get it there?
tack
That's
onto
not-
his comment.
We need to make sure that it's a safe place before we bring it there.
Okay.
I know someone who is at your place. I do know someone.
That's leading.
That's leading the
leading the
crusade.
But we also know that they haven't finished the crusade, otherwise they would have returned.
Yeah. So I
And
think
it makes
that
it sound like
there-
it's been ongoing for a while.
I would like to hope that there's someone I could trust over on that side.
Me too.
That seems fine.
So
That kind of seems like our best option. Weirdly, I still seem to be a little bit drawn to how red.
if we could find out. So this is being held down magically. If we can talk to Calcium,
You're the most intelligent one here, right?
so you go and talk to Calcium.
Yes.
And we can see if he knows the trick to keeping this from
What's your
floating
intelligence?
away,
15,
and we can get it on a cart.
Well, we have the same modifier.
Maybe hide it a little
Well,
better.
You know, in Redmere, they
Or I could
install
dress it
these
up.
crystals into mechanical beasts. Imagine
Yeah.
the Death Star
Yeah.
that can be made
Yeah.
with this thing.
I don't want to give Redmere any more power
I'm
Yeah.
with
Or any more drugs.
you. I just
or any more
Yeah.
drugs.
that kind of
So
Yeah,
my
just
question
take that thing to the
is,
methadone clinic.
my question is, how secure is it here?
The demons
Well-
know it's here.
Yes.
demons know
The
it's
Grand
here.
Arcanist knows it's here.
However, the demons have known it's been here for 9 years.
That is very true. That
And the
that did dawn
Arcanist-
on me while I was having the conversations. Like, wait,
And the Arcanist also knows it's here.
The Arcanist also has known that it's been here for 9
I
years.
wonder if the Arcanist will know the moment it's removed.
Right. So, I say we,
Leave
Take a
things
chance.
as they are.
for now,
Do we just leave? Yeah.
we should probably send him back to Redmere briefly
So Nate,
Why?
to talk to his potential
you're
father-in-law
looking at the crystal up close.
Yeah.
and conclude that.
Do you see the
Faces.
perfect place where the one in your chest would fit alongside it?
Are you gonna plug into it?
Are you gonna?
He can sit up.
Not
Are you gonna die?
Not like if you were to pull it out.
I mean,
Wait, the one.
I'm
in
going
him
to
would
try
come
to
out?
subtly.
Just the map. It's
I'm going to try to subtly
Matt.
This came
input.
from that, and so it's. Oh.
Unless like my
so,
Arcana
can this be
don't.
removed?
No, you're talking about how that one oh look, that would connect right here.
Yeah.
What if it like forms and then you got this 4-foot thing? You're not gonna be able to move.
I kind of want to see.
Can I Arcana check to see if this is just all of the bad idea, or like
You
some?
don't need an Arcana check. Removing that thing will kill you.
No, I'm saying. I thought it
No,
was if I
connecting up
didn't
to
remove
one.
it.
Oh.
Connecting
Oh, connect
a
it up.
4-foot chunk of crystal
Do it.
to his chest.
Do it.
You have no idea what would happen, actually.
Do it.
Do
I mean,
Do it.
yes, let's do it.
Oh my god.
Bear hug the crystal.
Yeah,
Kind of get up and sink in.
guys, back up a little bit. I have.
Mm-hmm.
I need to try something.
Yep. Take cover.
Yep.
Please don't cause a second
my
cataclysm.
gosh. Oh my gosh.
We've gone
How
from
are you
se-
gonna move?
We've gone from
So
second
you
world
go
to
and
fifth
you
world.
bear hug this thing.
For the record,
and-
for the record, that was Emily telling him to do it, and not Mississippi telling him to do it.
Oh, you know, I'm with you.
Yeah.
No, yeah, absolutely.
You see this.
We're all
kind of
DMs
like
here.
arcane energy in the air kind of coalesce and spark down with the crystal that's now even a little bit more complete. And a little tiny portal starts to open up in the air, probably about 50 feet above
Nope.
the floor. We're gonna start with that next time.
So it didn't fuse to his chest
It
as
didn't
of yet.
fuse to its chest, but it reacted and activated the magical device.
TPK. TPK.
You have backup characters, right?
Ha! Didn't kill anyone in session 13.
So, yeah, and that portal, you see a little red hand and claws kind of crawl up and begin to open.
Can I stab him?
Yeah, sure.
Gideon yells out.
But
the girliest
what
scream.
we're going to do is we're going to deal with that encounter next time. And
If this is a movie, like Gideon is just on the verge of an expletive, and then it goes to black. You know what I mean?
It's
so
like
it maintains its PG-13 setting.
It's like in
No, you get one.
it's like an Age of Ultron in the way end when he's about to say Avengers. And it
One
cuts
per
off.
campaign, sir.
Okay.
So, right?
We still
To
have
make,
Use
to
it
make the whole
wisely.
campaign
Yeah.
PG-13, you can
It's
say
yeah.
that.
It's not
Yeah.
one per episode of a series. It's one per the series.
Yep.
Unless Netflix picks it up or
Yeah.
Amazon Prime picks it up, and then you can do it as much as you
We
want.
will see you next week, and
Fighting
hopefully,
demons.
hopefully
We all
nobody
die.
dies.
Oh.
Maybe.